deep. West was a man in motion, and Rodney Peete throws high over the head of Irving Fryer. The Washington defense, the front four, Owens, Gilbert, and Boutte, newly acquired to add some pressure up the middle. Dexter Nottage, the other defensive end. Marcus Patton, Rod Stevens, and Ken Harvey. Darrell Green, 14 years in the Redskins secondary. Tom Carter, the other cornerback. Charlie Garner now sets deep behind Peete. Pass complete to Ed West. And he's wrestled, hit quickly, wrestled backwards. This one of the oldest series in the NFL, the 77th year. Washington leads it 62-52, 6 ties. 15 out of the last 18 games have been decided by 7 points or less. In recent years and recent meetings, the Eagles have been dominant.
Yeah, they've won the last 7, but that's what you get when you get division rivalry games. You always get close games because the teams know each other so well.
The Eagles have 3rd and 6. Peete has a man open. Pass complete, first down yardage. It's Irving Fryer.
Well, it's interesting. The Eagles come out throwing here, and that's one of the things that Rodney Peete talked about last night, that they don't want them to think, the Redskins to think that they can put an 8-man front up there and just gang up on the run. And he thinks to do that, they have to loosen them up, to get the ball to his wide receivers, to throw the ball, to loosen that Redskin defense up, and then they can come back to their running to Ricky Waters.
Ball carried by Waters, who juked a couple of times in the backfield and got good yardage.
Yeah, he's a lot bigger guy this year. Ricky Waters gained 20 pounds. Last year, he played like 212, 215 pounds. This year, he's 234 pounds. And this guy's like all muscle, and he said he's gained that weight. Like he's gained those 20 pounds, and he hasn't lost any speed at all. I mean, that's amazing.
He looks more like a fullback than a nifty stepping running back. 2 tight ends. Ricky Waters deep. He comes out of the backfield. Peete incomplete. Chris T. Jones got a hand on it. Peete got hit.
That's the first time that Rodney Peete got hit. That's what we're talking about. He says you can go out, and he says you can do all these things. He said, but the first test in this game of my knee, and it's his left knee, and he has a brace on it, is going to be the first hit I take. And right there is the first hit that he took, and that wasn't a bad one. You know, in practice, they just teach the defense, just get away from him. And not only do they not hit him, they don't touch him. They don't even get close to him.
They just run by. 3 wide receivers, 3rd and 4. Waters, the deep back. He's out of the backfield. Peete got hit again, gets the ball to Waters. He's close to a first down.
You see, the guy that hit him there was Ken Harvey, and we're talking to Ray Rhodes. You know, he's talking about a couple of guys. He said, the guys that we have to get blocked, he said, we have to get Ken Harvey blocked and Sean Gilbert blocked on this defense.
There's a penalty on that last play. The referee is Larry Nimmers. Waters had enough for the first down, but it looks as if they'll bring it back.
Illegal motion, 85 offense, moving before the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
That was Mark Ingram.
See, here's 85, Mark Ingram here. Now he's going in motion. Now he can go across, but he can't head upfield. You see right there, when he started up the field, you can go in motion across the field, but not up the field. And then right there at the end, we see Rodney Peete getting hit there by Ken Harvey.
4 wide receivers this time, 3rd and about 10. Peete to throw it. Mark Say made the reception, hung on after he juggled it just a bit, and got another Eagle first down, I believe.
Mark Say is number 81. You watch him right here. He's gonna run up, then he's gonna run a little hook pattern. You see that? You just come up, you drive that safety off Darrell Pounds, you make him think you're going to the post, and then you just stop and come back to your quarterback. Rodney Peete threw that ball a little high, but he did get it in there.
2 tight ends. Philadelphia in Redskin territory at the 43. Waters inside the 40.
I think the Eagles have accomplished what they wanted to early here, Pat, is by coming in this game, the Redskins know the first thing they said, we have to stop the run. We have to stop Ricky Waters with the run. But the Eagles come out there and say, okay, you get up there and stop the run. You anchor in there against the run. You bring those safeties up, and we're going to come out here and throw the ball every down.
Waters is deep, and now he goes in motion. Peete back to throw it. Gets it out to his fullback, Kevin Turner. And Turner gets down to the Redskin 30.
You were talking about the Eagles, and you would think the opposite of this, but they've only run the ball 2 times. So far they've had 6 passes, plus I think they had 7 passes because they had a penalty on a completed pass, but run the ball 2 times. You would think that the mixture would be just the opposite of that when you think of the Philadelphia Eagles.
But the Redskins continue to show him that 8-man front, and you almost have to throw it.
And the Eagles shift on every down to spread out this Redskin defense.
Garner gets the carry. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Tony Woods, the first man to make contact, along with Mark Boutte.
I think with Mark Boutte and Sean Gilbert inside there, you're not going to be able to make a big living running the ball inside in this group. Now, they're not sure their middle linebacker, Rod Stevens, and you may be able to do something there, but these 2 tackles, especially Sean Gilbert, are very, very good.
You may not ever get to that middle linebacker. 2nd and 10. Peete to throw it. Pass complete to Chris T. Jones. Down at about the 15.
And you see what a big wide receiver can do. And you see Chris T. Jones is a big guy. Watch what he can do. He's not only a big target for the quarterback, but he's hard to tackle after he catches a ball. Watch him. Boom, they just bounce off. You see, he can just keep going, and then now he should turn that thing up the field right away. The thing is, he's tough to get jammed, too. You see, Tom Carter, 25, should have jammed him, but he missed him. And then you let a guy like Chris T. Jones running your defense. That can be dangerous.
Waters hit in the backfield. Sean Gilbert, the first one there.
Now, Sean Gilbert better save that dance and start getting some pass rush. I don't know, when the Eagles have had the ball this whole game, the Redskins haven't stopped him yet. I don't know what you're celebrating about. I guess you're celebrating because you threw him for a loss, but I think Sean Gilbert, after that celebration, he had to suck up for some oxygen. You see that?
Save the dance for the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and it is hot out there.
Yes, it is.
I'll tell you, that really affects these big old guys.
Especially when you have to stay on the field as long as they've had to.
Rodney Peete so far has hit 5 different receivers.
Peete to throw again. Touchdown, Fryer. The Eagles break on top.
Great pass protection, perfect throw by Rodney Peete to Irving Fryer. He just ran a post pattern on Tom Carter. Boy, that really looked too easy, didn't it? But they didn't get the pass rush. Watch him again. There's no jam up here in the line of scrimmage. He gets to run off. He's going to come make a little move to the outside. Then he just runs right by Tom Carter into the post. That wasn't much defense here. I mean, if you're not going to jam him and knock him off his route, then you better get in position to knock the ball down.
Anderson's extra point is good with Hutton holding, and the Eagles take the opening kickoff and drive down the field on their first possession and lead 7-0.
Remember the day when you were finally this tall? Suddenly you had the freedom to go places you never could before. The sky was the limit. But it was always more fun to go there with a friend. That's why Southwest Airlines brought back Friends Fly Free. Just buy a ticket at our full unrestricted fare, and a friend flies with you free.
Wanna go again?
Southwest Airlines.
The new Coors Light can is attracting a lot of attention. It has a wider mouth, so you can enjoy more of the cold taste of the Rockies. Get ready to quench your giant thirst with the new wide-mouth can from Coors Light.
Dr. Catherine Homrick cares for some very demanding patients in upstate New York.
I drive a lot. Some days I'll drive up to 300 miles a day to see my clients.
Fortunately, this veterinarian drives the reliable Mitsubishi Galant.
My Galant makes my life a lot easier. With the weather being unpredictable, it's real important that I have a dependable vehicle.
The Mitsubishi Galant, a car you can depend on, even when it's raining cats and dogs. The Galant from Mitsubishi, the new thinking in automobiles.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines with low fares on every flight, every seat, every day. By the car you can depend on, the 1996 Mitsubishi Galant. And by Nike.
Back at RFK Stadium, Pat Summerall with John Madden. 7-0 the Eagles lead after they took the opening kickoff and drove it 72 yards. Hutton will kick off. They used 12 plays. Rodney Peete was 6 out of 8. Short kick. Mitchell. And look out for him. Brian Mitchell. Past midfield into Eagle territory. Ray Farmer finally made the stop, but the Redskins take over in good shape. Brian Mitchell, one of the best perhaps ever at returning kickoffs.
This is what you have to do. You have to get that thing right up into your wedge, into the middle. Then you find a crack there. He runs off a double team, gets it to the sideline, and takes it to midfield.
Nike presents Confessions of a Cheerleader.
Toughest part of cheerleading? Frustration. We were away at Minnesota. Ball hadn't even been snapped yet, but I could sense that Reed and Carter were flooding the zone. I wanted to storm into the secondary, leap into the fray. That being a violation of several dozen league rules, I was helpless. Pom-poms, my only means of expression.
First coming into the league, you're at the bottom of the mountain.
Football camp is the hardest thing I've ever been through.
Team, the coaches, the media, all eyes are looking at me.
We asked some of the NFL's hottest rookies to switch antiperspirants and try Degree.
Body heat activated.
As your body heat rises, Degree releases extra protection when you need it most.
As I work harder, Degree works harder.
This stuff really works.
It helped me keep my coolness.
Body heat activated Degree for an extra degree of protection.
Don't want to be smelling like you just played a football game.
Introducing the new game show you can really get attached to.
Blow the dough!
Big Deal premieres tonight at 7, 6 Central on Fox.
The Eagles over the Redskins 7-0. Gus Frerotte opens at quarterback for Washington. Chosen over Heath Shuler. In front of him a huge offensive line. Ed Simmons, Dahl, Raymer, Portinash. Two tight ends they open with. And the pitch is back to Terry Allen, and Terry Allen caught the Eagles off guard.
You know, the funny thing about that play, Pat, that was a play that the Eagles ran well against the Redskins last year. North Turner put it in training camp just so they could run it against their own defense. And now it's their play. Watch, he's going to start here and just take a toss or a pitch around the weak side with a crackback. You see, he gets that, boom, there's a crackback. The guard pulls out there. Tackle pulls out there. There's no containment whatsoever. The corner from that side Bobby Taylor ran in with the crackback man, and there was no force or containment.
A 20-yard pickup for Rod. Intended for Leslie Shepard. Now the Eagle defense. The new uniforms and the front four. Mamula, Red Hall, Kevin Johnson, William Fuller. Two new linebackers, Woodard and James Willis. William Thomas returns. Secondary, Bobby Taylor, Zomalt, Zordich, and Vincent. Acquired from Miami. Terry Allen and Larry Bowie behind Farrat. Terry Allen got perhaps a yard.
Yeah, the big left tackle there, number 67 for the Redskins, is Sharp Pordonish. And he played in a Canadian league. He's a big guy. He's like 6'5" and 320 pounds. And early in the game, Norv Turner wants to give him a little help. Now, part of that help is help double teaming in the passing game, but is also running to his side, which they've done twice so far.
3rd and 9. Mitchell with Farrat. They operate out of the shotgun. Farrat finally dumps it to Mitchell. And Mitchell heads down the sideline, close to a first down, a half-yard short, maybe.
I think the thing they want to do is, like I was saying, run at Mike Mamula and then stay away from him on that pass protection, because if Pordonish is going to have any problems early or problems against Mike Mamula, it's going to be early problems against him. They didn't get that first down, and they're going to go for a field goal, and these fans want them to go for the first down already. This is a play that he has to do, though. I mean, this is tough for a coach. You get that close to it, you got 4th and inches.
They're going.
And then, you should kick the field goal, then you change your mind. Now you take a timeout, now you're confused. I think the play here is that you have to kick the field goal.
I don't know what that means, but it means we want some points on the scoreboard somehow.
Dr. Catherine Homrick cares for some very demanding patients in upstate New York.
I drive a lot. Some days I'll drive up to 300 miles a day to see my clients.
Fortunately, this veterinarian drives the reliable Mitsubishi Galant.
My Galant makes my life a lot easier. With the weather being unpredictable, it's real important that I have a dependable vehicle.
The Mitsubishi Galant, a car you can depend on, even when it's raining cats and dogs. The Galant from Mitsubishi, the new thinking in automobiles.
Testing impact jackets in Unit 2.
Emmett Smith. Testing progress.
Prepare to test the jersey.
Emmett Smith report to staging area B.
Starter Sportswear. No one's closer to the game.
Hey, how are those jackets coming? The hat works great.
Prepare to test the hat.
The Miller Lite NFL Football Handbook is back. All the schedules, all the stars, all the stats. Score it free when you buy specially marked packs of Miller Lite where you see this display. Get the Miller Lite. Get the book. Life is good.
Tonight, it's the Fox original movie that will blow you away. Tornado, the terror takes shape tonight on Fox.
The Eagles lead 7-0. The Redskins have about a foot to go for a first down.
And this is a play Norv Turner started to put his field goal team in.
He did put him in.
Called him back off, then put the regular offense, and then took too much time. I still think here you have to kick the field goal.
Terry Allen's deep. He's going to have the first down and more. Down inside the 5 or just about the 5. Troy Vincent pushed him out of bounds, but Allen did that on his own, 11 yards.
And he's done it a couple of times on his own. And sometimes when you have a guy like Terry Allen, you don't need a lot of things. He's going to take the ball. He takes a little counter step, he doesn't even wait for his guard there. He just outruns his guard. Trey Johnson was supposed to lead him. He said, to heck with that. I'm not waiting for that. He saw, again, no containment, no force by the corner on that side, so he just took a soft corner.
First and goal at the 5. It's Allen again. To about the 2. The whistle blew. Ball was loose, but it was down.
You know, Terry Allen is one of my favorite players. I mean, he's one of those guys that doesn't look like a workhorse, but is the workhorse of this team. And he just has good toughness, good quickness, and look, if you're a running back, what you have to go through. I mean, you're going to, it's nice to run, but at the end, they're going to bend you every way but loose.
Second and goal at the 2. Allen again. Gus Frerotte signaled touchdown, and so did the officials, and the Redskins get in the end zone with their first possession. Terry Allen, the workhorse. He and Brian Mitchell with that great kickoff return. That clutch play on 3rd down.
And then that 4th down play, I thought he should have kicked the field goal. Norv Turner went for it, got the first down. Here he's going to get right in behind his right guard, Bob Dahl. They get a good push. You see the Redskins, we talked about the line of scrimmage, the offensive line. The Redskins won that battle of the offensive line and the goal line.
Blanton's extra point is good. The rookie kicker, Gus Frerotte, was the holder, and the Redskins even things up. On the final opening day at RFK, it's 7-7 in the first quarter.
So, Ian, you are a lab technician at a Columbia hospital.
Yeah, well, we're really more than just a hospital.
Oh, okay. What are you then?
Columbia is a consortium of healthcare professionals. We touch on virtually every facet of our patients' medical needs.
So if I get hurt, I need to say, quick, rush me to a consortium of healthcare professionals.
Exactly. I'm kidding you.
Oh, neat.
Oh, thanks.
Chemistry.
Yeah.
Only Foot Locker's got the new Reebok NFL reversible jerseys. The coolest jerseys from your favorite teams. With home colors on one side, away colors on the other. And enter Foot Locker's Drive to the Super Bowl sweepstakes for a chance to win a 97 Nissan Pathfinder to drive to Super Bowl 31, along with 2 tickets to the game. Contest rules at all Foot Locker stores. Foot Locker, where it all begins.
Carbon monoxide isn't the only thing to worry about coming from your tailpipe, because with every stroke of your engine, motor oil is being vaporized into exhaust, leaving less and less protection. That's why there's Castrol GTX 10W30. Of every leading 10W30, Castrol provides the most protection against volatility burn-off. So use Castrol, or watch more of your protection go up in smoke. Castrol GTX, the most protection against volatility burn-off.
See gold medalist J.C. Phelps, Amanda Borden, Amy Chow, Dominique Morciano, and many more in the ultimate gymnastics competition, USA versus the World, Tuesday.
5:13 left in the first quarter. 7-7. Each team has taken the ball the first time they had it and scored.
I think you make a good point that it all started with special teams, though, and the return to midfield by Brian Mitchell. And after something bad happens to the Redskins, boom, the special teams came out there and made something good happen, and the offense get in there and just continued it.
Blanton's kickoff, handled again by Say at about the 11. This time the Redskin coverage teams are down in good shape. Motioning toward the other end zone like we have the ball. But it belongs to the Eagles. Rodney Peete.
Yeah, we talk about rivalries and how this Eagle-Redskin rivalry has been so long and how the games have been so close. And just standing up here in the booth, you can just feel the intensity. I mean, the intensity of the players, the intensity of the coaches, the intensity of the fans.
This place just jumps and roars when the Redskins do something of a positive nature. 1st and 10. At the 25. Peete back to throw it. Swings it outside to Waters. Waters with a juke. Got only about a maybe 3 yards, say. Marcus Patton over
I'll
to
tell
stop
you,
him.
Tom Carter's had a poor start here. The left corner, number 25 for the Redskins. Irving Fryer beat him for the touchdown on that post. Irving Fryer caught an in on him, and then they ran at him, and he just missed a tackle here. So this is a quarter that he's going to want to forget. I watched Tom Carter. I mean, he goes to shoot for a tackle and comes up with air.
Don't forget that first down completion to Christy Jones.
Yeah, the first down completion, right. I mean, so this has been a long first quarter for Tom Carter.
Ricky Waters. Near first down yardage. He may have it.
Ricky Waters will do everything. I mean, he'll block and he'll run and he'll catch and he'll even spot the ball for the officials. You see him down there? This guy is chatterbox. Boom, boom, boom. He's always going.
And really, the 49ers have never replaced him.
No, and where they didn't replace him as a pass receiver, out of the backfield. And Derek Lavelle replaced him as a runner, but Ricky Waters was probably the second best receiver on that 49er team next to Jerry Rice.
He could stretch a defense. Waters again. Don't know if he got it.
No, I don't think he did. Where that official put his foot, see his right foot there where he put his right foot, if they spot it there, that is not a first down.
And here comes the punting unit for Philadelphia.
The same thing, see what happened? They didn't control the line of scrimmage. Richard Cooper, the right tackle, got knocked into the backfield. And then there was no penetration, and Ricky Waters couldn't get enough for that first down.
Tommy Hutton back to punt. Good year last year, but back deep for the Redskins. The dangerous Brian Mitchell. High snap. Got it off to Mitchell. That looked like it might have gone forward.
And I think the whistle had blown and he was down.
Yep.
I was watching the official on that. He was pointing to the ground, and I think they blew the whistle before Mitchell ever let loose of that ball.
Darrell Morrison is 38, who was the recipient of that pass. Legal or not, they'll bring it back.
One thing you always know in these opening games, there's always going to be, as you watch the highlights tonight around the league, there's always going to be a lot of big plays on special teams.
On opening day.
Opening day, yeah, because what happens is you don't play all your regular guys in preseason. So a lot of these guys are playing special teams for the first time in today's games.
Redskin first down. Terry Allen. Rhett Hall. Next week, don't forget on Fox, Deion Sanders' private workout schedule starts Sunday at noon Eastern Time. And that quartet that represents the NFL on Fox.
That quartet there you're talking about?
Yes.
Nice to see Ronnie Lott in there,
yeah.
Huh? Another
Howie and Terry. JB. Back is Gus Ferrett. Whips it outside, intended for Leslie Shepard. Now, for McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center.
Pat, Carolina's first ever drive at their new Erickson Stadium successful as Kerry Collins tosses a 12-yarder to Mark Carrier. They lead at 7-0 there. It's now 7-3. Carolina over Atlanta. Back to Pat Summerall and John Madden.
We're at RFK Stadium at 7-7 Philadelphia, Washington. Redskin ball, third down. Brian Mitchell in the shotgun formation along with the quarterback Gus Frerotte, who has time this time. Felt some pressure. Intended for Bill Brooks, incomplete.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he had some time until he really got the pressure straight up the middle. And you're going to see it come here. Watch it right here. He has the time now as he goes to step up. Boom! He takes that one right in the face. That is hard to throw a ball when you have that kind of pressure.
So the Redskins will have to punt. Matt Turk is number one. Freddie Solomon back deep for the Eagles. Matt Turk has a very strong leg. This is a signals fair catch. Makes it at about the 21. 1st and 10. Philadelphia. That was a 52-yard punt with no return. And that'll get the job done.
Yeah, and this guy right here got the job done on that play before. Did you see him, Kevin Johnson? He was just working there in the middle, and it looked like Farad had a lot of time. And when you get a tackle who is right in front of you and he comes off a block and he just runs straight up the field, you can't throw through the guy. So you're either going to take it like Gus Farad did, or you better get on your horse and move around a little and get the heck out of there.
2 tight ends for the Eagles. Ricky Waters deep. Pete back to throw. Pass caught by Jimmy Johnson. Good catch. I couldn't tell for a moment if he had it or not.
You know, Rodney Peete has been practicing all week. You know, he came back Saturday and started practicing and said he was going to start. And he's playing with a heck of a lot of confidence. I mean, he just come in there and threw that thing into Jimmy Johnson. There were 2 defenders right there. Throw it into a zone, and he had to throw almost a perfect pass to hit Jimmy Johnson.
2 tight ends again. Ricky Waters deep, same formation. Waters picks his way almost to midfield. Got about 7 or 8.
Now, you talk about a guy who's firing. You always wonder why he doesn't get more tired than he does, and sometimes he does get more tired. He'll almost hyperventilate. I mean, he'll get so excited when he's playing this game of football that he'll almost hyperventilate. Remember they had a bag on the sideline for him? He used to have to breathe into a bag and stuff, and when he's with the 49ers, they'd always have to calm him down and all that stuff. He's looked like now that he knows how to calm himself down a little more.
Well, working out with Jerry Rice helps your stamina too. Pete looks left. Chris T. Jones makes the slant catch.
Yeah, I like that where you have play action away without a bootleg. You start both backs going one way, and then you come back and throw to Chris T. Jones on the other side. What's what they do here? They get both backs going this way, and that gets the thing here. Now they're going to hit the slant right in this area away from the direction both backs go. See, both backs come to our right. Now see that hole that it opens over there? Then he can hit Chris T. Jones.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score. The Redskins 7, the Eagles 7, and the Eagles on the move.
The fifth pocket, overlooked since 1873.
My husband, the doubting Ahmad. I told him about this big popcorn from Pop's Secret. He needed to see it. I told him that Jumbo Pop is the biggest I've ever seen. He needed to measure it. I told him that Jumbo Pop's big popcorn taste was immeasurable. He tried to take it. That's when I told him, big mistake.
Jumbo Pop, only from Pop Secret. It's everything you love about popcorn, only bigger. It's a big secret no one wants to share.
Big mistake.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Dockers Khakis. So soft, you can leave your team seat cushion at home.
(7-7) as we begin the second quarter at RFK Stadium. Warm and humid.
That was Richard Cooper, the Eagle tackle, who is out now. Troy Drake is playing right tackle.
That was Ricky Waters on first down trying to sweep something to the right. Mark Boutte was the first man out of there to bring him down. First quarter statistics. Rushing yards.
Here's the big thing. Look at this, Pat. 112 yards passing for the Eagles. You know, who would have thought that? 7 first downs. Time of possession, look, they had the ball 11 minutes right there to 3 minutes and 48 seconds for the Redskins.
2nd and 12. Three wide receivers set up for the Eagles this time. Rodney Peete, as the Eagles had to take a timeout, did not go to the bench. He came over to talk to his wide receivers first.
It's a special event that only comes around once a year, but it's not your birthday or anniversary. It's the Toyota Nationwide Clearance.
All right.
Visit your dealer right now and test drive the Toyota you've been to get your hands on.
Only Foot Locker's got the new Reebok NFL reversible jerseys. The coolest jerseys from your favorite teams. With home colors on one side, away colors on the other. And enter Foot Locker's drive to the Super Bowl sweepstakes for a chance to win a 97 Nissan Pathfinder to drive to Super Bowl 31, along with 2 tickets to the game. Contest rules at all Foot Locker stores. Foot Locker, where it all begins.
Oh, honey, boy. I told you you'd love it.
You were right,
here,
sweetie. I wanted the
city.
motel. I feel like an outdoorsman.
Well, good night,
honey.
Oh my God.
That noise, you hear that noise?
Yes, I did hear that. What is it? What do you see? What do you see?
Oh, boy, honey. Where's the Ericsson cellular phone?
Oh, shoot, I left it outside.
What do you mean you left it outside? I gotta go out there and get it.
Ericsson cellular phones. Because when life gets a little wild, you want a highly reliable Ericsson cellular phone.
Hi, yeah, we're in a tent. There's some trees and there's a huge bear out there.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Foot Locker, where it all begins. By McDonald's, official break of the NFL. By Ericsson, be prepared for anything with a highly reliable Ericsson cellular phone. And by the new Coors Light wide mouth can. Tap the Rockies with a smoother pour.
What a gorgeous, gorgeous sight this city is. 7-7. The Eagles and the Redskins. Philadelphia ball at the Redskin 37, 2nd and 12. Christy Jones wide left. They have 3 wide receivers. Waters and Turner were behind Pete. They both come out of the backfield. Calvin Pete, Turd and Fryer. Right now for a McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center.
Pat, the Vikings defense stepping up to the challenge against Detroit. Take a look at Scott Mitchell. Doesn't see linebacker Jeff Brady. Interception smartly laterals over to Dwayne Washington. 27 yards to pay dirt. And the Vikings leading the Lions 7-0. Back to Washington, D.C. Pat Summerall and John Madden.
First down, Philadelphia. Charlie Garner's the deep back. And the pitch is back to Garner. He can be very explosive. He is very explosive. Darrell Morrison made the stop.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Rodney Peete look this confident in a long time. And I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that a year ago when he came to the Philadelphia Eagles, this was Randall Cunningham's team.
Right.
In fact, Randall Cunningham started the first 4 games, and Rodney Peete was just trying to learn, a new guy, a backup, couldn't do any leadership. But he came in this year, off-season camps, training camp, and even though he's had a knee injury, it's been his team, and this is his offense now.
And you can tell it. And Rodney Peete tries to scramble, gets down to the 20. Down in the arms of Ken Harvey.
And here's the guy, when you get into passing down, Ken Harvey is a linebacker, but on passing downs, he becomes a down defensive lineman, a pass rusher. And he is strong, and he is quick, and he is powerful, and you better get some help if you're going to block him. Because Barrett Brooks, when he's out there like that, cannot handle Ken Harvey all by himself on a passing situation.
He's not all that big, but boy, is he good.
I mean, he has all those other things. I mean, he has all those strength and power and quickness, and he's just a good football player. Whistles going on all over the place.
3rd down. Timeout the Eagles as Rodney Peete heads to the sideline.
The Walt Disney World 25th anniversary celebration is kicking off at McDonald's. So now, besides the grown-up taste of the Arch Deluxe sandwich, there's a new reason to come.
Wow, cool.
Whenever you buy any large sandwich like the new Arch Deluxe, you can get one of 4 Walt Disney World 25th anniversary collector glasses for just 99 cents each. So come on into McDonald's, because who knows where this magical celebration just might take you.
Wow.
Wrangler jeans. Available in the 2 colors boys prefer most. Black and blue. Wrangler. Real, comfortable jeans.
Wrangler, the perfect jean for your 10-year-old son. And your 10-year-old husband. Wrangler, real, comfortable jeans.
It has the highest ground clearance in its class. But more importantly, 1996's Pickup Truck of the Year comes with 190 horses, all with big chips on their shoulders. Toyota Tacoma. You simply can't buy a more powerful compact truck.
Back at RFK Stadium, Washington has 2 timeouts remaining. The Eagles have 1. They just took their second. That little information, an addition this year to the Fox box. We'll be keeping track of that, as well as sustained drives, long ones. 3rd and 6. Waters is the deep back. Now he comes in motion, and Rodney Peete back to throw quickly. Pass caught down the middle by Irving Fryer. He has been a surprise to a lot of people and a welcome addition to the Eagles.
You know, when he came from Miami, you know, you get a guy who's played 13 years and you want to know, did he lose his legs yet? Here he is right here in the middle, just running a slant. And everyone, Rodney Peete says no, Ray Rhodes says no. Everyone says he hasn't lost anything, and Rodney Peete believes in him because you saw that pass. Rodney Peete was watching Irving Fryer all the way. He knew where he was going with that ball.
Didn't lose his legs or his hands, did he? That's Waters. Waters lost the ball. And I think the Redskins have it. Yes, inside the 5. Waters had the good yardage but lost it. Darrell Morrison came up with the recovery for Washington.
And the Eagles had everything going. They were pass protector, and Rodney Peete was throwing the ball well. They had good blocking up front. They were controlling the line of scrimmage. And then they get this fumble, and Darrell Morrison comes up with it. But see, now right here, when you get in where you're going to get hit, you better wrap that thing up. Ricky Waters was just holding against his body with one hand, and you can't do that. You can do that if you're out in the middle of the field, but he knows this better than anyone, that when you get in traffic and you see a whole bunch of white jerseys around you, you better get the other hand over it and stop that movement down there.
2 tight ends for the Redskins. Farrat gives to Terry Allen. And Allen gets out to about the 5, stopped by William Thomas.
You want to see a good block? Trey Johnson weighs like 345 pounds, and he pulled from the left guard and led through that hole, and he just pancaked his guy. You want to see a pancake? Watch, your left guard is going to come pull here, and you're going to see a pancake right there. This is what happened when a 345-pound guy, see him 77, boom, when he hits a safety.
Zordich.
That safety is going to go on his back. That's like getting hit by a truck. It really is.
Allen again gets the carry, gets outside the 5, about the 7. He'll bring up a 3rd down. 7-7 tie.
I always liked Trey Johnson. He was a big guy who can move, and Ricky Waters there on the bench. No, he's taking stuff out of him. But look, you know, Norv Turner was saying, you know, I'd like to get him down under 340.
Under 340?
That's what he said, under 340. I'd like to get him under 3. I don't think I'd ever hear that.
3rd and 6. Mitchell in the backfield. The pitch is back to Brian Mitchell. Got a blocker in front. Got a 1st down. William Thomas tripped him up, but Mitchell got the clutch 1st down.
And that blocker in front was Sharp Ordonez. You talk about, look at this offensive line. This was a guy that pulled and led him that time. But these guys average 321 pounds, and it's the heaviest in the NFL. That doesn't mean they're the best. I mean, I think the Dallas Cowboys and some other teams are the better ones, but with this weight and these guys, this is the heaviest, biggest offensive line in the league.
1st down, Washington. They got some room. Terry Allen to about the 20, maybe the 21.
You see how Terry Allen always kind of has his head up there. He says what he wants to. He always gets low, and he wants to see the whole field. He said, and always see his cutback lanes.
There's a flag on the play, however. Larry Nimmers.
Illegal motion, number 84. Never got set on the end of the line and moved
Asher
before the snap.
is number
5-yard
84.
penalty, repeat, first down.
Yeah, the Redskins are doing a lot of shifting with their tight end with Jamie Asher to spread out the defense. Now, when you shift, after you shift, then you have to set for 1 second. If you shift and don't set, then that's motion, and then that's illegal motion if you have more than one guy doing it. So he shifted, then he didn't set for 1 second.
So it's 1st and 15. Right. To Allen. Not much doing. Ricky Waters putting some new gloves on.
Well, you know, you get that sweat, and you get everything gets wet, and you try and keep those things dry. But that fumble wasn't the gloves.
No.
I mean, that fumble was when you're running down inside the 5-yard line and you got bodies flying around you. You better get that other hand on the ball. So you're looking for something to help you, but the thing that will help you more than any equipment will always be fundamentals.
2nd and 12. Farad hit from behind by Mike Mamula, who's not that big but has great quickness.
Yeah, he was the #1 draft choice of the Eagles a year ago, and remember that was the thing that they were talking about. They were worrying about he's going to come from this side here, and that was a matchup they were worrying about because he has the speed. See, he can come off a block, then he has the speed and quickness to take those couple of steps. Just watch him. He takes an inside move there. They really did have him doubled. First of all, Trey Johnson came out, then the back came out to help. And Mamula, again, with his quickness and speed, got by both of them.
3rd and very long. 18, call it. Brian Mitchell in the backfield. Farad in the end zone. Might be tight. It gets it outside to his tight end, Asher, and Asher gets out to about the 15-yard line. Boy, he saved disaster there. 2 points at least.
That is as close as you're going to get to losing 2 points and then come out at least. They didn't get a first down, but at least they can punt.
Fuller put on the pressure.
Yeah, this is going to be from his right. Here comes Fuller, 95, straight up the middle on him. And how he shifted and got out of that thing to get himself in position to throw the ball to Jamie Asher was amazing.
And to get the ball to an eligible receiver.
And no ineligible man downfield. Yeah. None of that stuff.
Matt Turk standing at the goal line and gets off another fine punt. Solomon fields this one back at the 30. And the Redskins are down in a hurry. Good coverage by Washington. They've always had excellent special teams. Pounds, Darrell Pounds down to make the stop.
That was a great effort by Darrell Pounds.
55-yard punt. And there's a flag on the play way back in Redskin territory. The celebration might be premature.
But Darrell Pounds was on that left side of the field, Pat. He got knocked out of bounds on the Eagles sideline, came through it.
Personal foul, number 45 of the receiving team for hitting.
Barry Wilburn is 45.
That's a post-possession foul and will be enforced from the end of the kick, 10 yards, first down.
That was Darrell Pounds. The penalty was on Wilburn. It wasn't on Pounds, but he got knocked out of bounds twice and still got in and made that play.
7-7, second quarter at RFK.
Carbon monoxide isn't the only thing to worry about coming from your tailpipe, because with every stroke of your engine, motor oil is being vaporized into exhaust, leaving less and less protection. That's why there's Castrol GTX 10W30. Of every leading 10W30, Castrol provides the most protection against volatility burn-off. So use Castrol, or watch more of your protection go up in smoke. Castrol GTX, the most protection against volatility burn-off.
Sears has the tires your truck needs, like the Bridgestone Dueler APT light truck tire, made for performance on and off the road. It's now at our lowest price ever. So take a look at our garage. Sears Auto Center.
Frosted Cheerios. So sweet and crunchy, this box never closes. And they're all mine. All mine. Those wholesome little O's have been frosted for a crunchy, sweet taste everyone's into. Frosted Cheerios taste so good, this box never closes. Jackpot!
Can't believe he broke it at the company picnic.
Incredible. Our employee health plan covers him, right?
Not deductibles or co-payments.
So he has to lay out his own money.
Your health plan can work better with Aflac. Supplemental insurance from Aflac helps cover the unexpected costs of recovery so you can give your employees the protection they need and deserve.
Any ideas?
Yeah, Aflac.
Aflac, insuring over 40 million people worldwide.
Richard Crenna and Melrose Place's Laura Layton. There's more where that came from if she stays away from my boy. In the Name of Love, Monday on Fox.
Here's Darryl Pounds going down on punt coverage. Here's Barry Wilburn, and he's going to hit him. And you're going to see, once he gets out of bounds, right there, see Pounds is out of bounds. Now you can't hit him when he's out of bounds. And you see what happened is Barry Wilburn comes up, and he hits him when he's out of bounds. I think that's a little touchy because I think if you don't block him, he's going to come right back in, and he had to step out of bounds. Wilburn blocked him, and that was a penalty against the Redskins, but it was a great effort by Darryl Pounds.
He came back in anyway.
And made the tackle after being knocked out of bounds twice.
And Rodney Peete back to throw. Incomplete, intended for Ricky Waters. Our Aflac trivia question. Which two teams combined to score the most points in an opening day game? Which two teams combined to score the most points in an opening day game? The Aflac trivia question. 2nd and 10, Philadelphia. They're backed up to their own 14-yard line. Rodney Peete gives to Ricky Waters. Waters gets good yardage.
And you see what he did then when he got in there and he was going to get hit, he put both hands around the ball. And that's what I was talking about. It's not about gloves. Watch Ricky Waters here. He's going to have the ball in one hand. He's going to make his cut. Now when he gets in that area, watch him wrap both hands around the ball. And he has to do that. He has to get both arms. So you can do that now, but now you're getting hit. You see that left hand go there? That was a lesson he learned on the other end of the field.
He's coachable.
He knew. I mean, that's a fundamental thing. And when he fumbled that, he knew that he had to have both.
3rd and short. Peete rolls right. Bad knee and all. Throws the pass complete to Christy Jones. And he'll get an Eagle first down. Let's go back to that Aflac trivia question. Which two teams combined to score the most points in an opening day game? Who were they? These two, Philadelphia and Washington. 87 points. September the 28th, 1947. 45-42, the Eagles won. The Eagles have a first down. The score is tied 7-7. This won't match that record. This is Ricky Waters. Hit after about a yard. Right now, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center.
All right, Pat. Jim Harbaugh directs a successful drive, 7 plays, 60 yards. Culminates with that play-action fake and the pass to Zach Crockett. Indianapolis on top of Arizona, 7-6 in the second. Back to Pat and John.
Back at RFK Stadium, 2nd and 9, Eagles. Score tied at 7, but the Eagles have dominated things. Rodney Peete down the middle to his rookie tight end, Jason Dunn. Jason Dunn still on his feet. Inside the Redskin 20 to about the 15, finally down by Tom Carter.
Boy, do they like Jason Dunn. I was talking to Ray Rhodes. He said he reminds him a lot of Raymond Chester I had years ago. Again, it's a tight end, just straight down the middle, and he's a big guy. Weighs like 255 pounds, has good speed, good strength, and when he gets a ball, that's what to do. I mean, catch a ball if you're a tight end and just run it straight up the middle. You know, Rodney Peete, I think, has thrown everything to his right and the middle. He stayed away from his left. I think part of the reason is that's where Darrell Green lines up for the Washington Redskins. But all his patterns or all his pass completion seem to be to his right and in the middle.
That's Dexter Nottage who is being looked at. He walks off looking as if he's okay. 7-7.
Visa presents Behind the Numbers.
Red 98 hot!
Why is 98 a figure neither Broncos fans nor Browns fans will ever forget? Stay tuned.
Australia's Great Barrier Reef. You don't need fins to swim under it. You don't need wings to fly over it. You don't need 4 legs to run through it. But you just might need to bring this. Because Reef Watch Air Tours, Wild Track Jeep Safaris, and Pro Sail Schooners will take you on the ride of your life. But they won't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
98 is the amount of yardage the Broncos heroically drove against the Browns to tie the 1986 AFC Championship game. The drive, as it is now known, propelled the Broncos to Super Bowl 21 and a memorable place in championship game history.
Because someday you'll get that big promotion that moves you to Seattle. Someday kids will be in the picture. And someday you'll get away to write the great American novel. It'll happen. That's why we've spent 28 years constantly improving the Corolla. So wherever life takes you, we'll be there. The newly restyled Toyota Corolla. We're looking forward to tomorrow.
Now watch, here's what the Eagles do. See, they're spreading out the Redskin defense, and then right there is Jason Dunn. You see, and he comes here, so they're worried about those other 3 wide receivers that are spread out, and no one covers Dunn.
Charlie Garner gets the carry as they come back. They had a first down at the 15. Garner gets it down to about the 10.
And that was one of the things that Ray Rhodes and John Gruden, his offensive coordinator, they were talking about, is they want to spread this Redskin defense out. They want to do shifts. They want to confuse them. And that did confuse them because they were worried about all the guys spread out, and there was no one on Jason Dunn, and Rodney Peete saw him all the way.
2nd and 4. Garner again is the deep back. Turner was the man in motion, and this is Charlie Garner. Down to about the 10. Looks like he might have another Eagle first down. Less than 4 minutes left to play in the first half. Score tied at 7.
You know, last year the Eagles were like 29th in passing, and it looked like this offseason that John Gruden, the offensive coordinator, Rodney Peete knew he was going to be the quarterback. They went out and they got some new receivers. They got Irving Fryer, they got Mark Say, Mark Ingram, Christy Jones in the second year, and they've put this group together, and it looks pretty good.
First and goal at the 4. Confusion. Whistles. Charlie Garner says it's against the Redskins. We'll see what Larry Nimmers and his crew have to say.
Rodney Peete's trying to get a word in edgewise. When you put your head sideways, you try to get words in edgewise.
I always wondered what that was.
Yeah.
Offense, 72 prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
72 is Joe Panos, the left guard. Yep, see, he moved right there. I think he may have been drawn, though, because it looked like the defensive guy, Sean Gilbert, moved first. You know, and that rule changed a year ago that if the defensive guy made you move, it was going to be against the defense, and I think Sean Gilbert moved first.
So 3 wide receivers set up at the 9. Still first and goal.
You know, 8 different receivers have caught passes.
Here's Peete. Touchdown. A strike to Chris T. Jones. He hit Fryer. Now he hits Jones. That was from 9 yards out. The Eagles recapture the lead.
On the same pattern against the same guy. Again, it's that post pattern out here, and it's against Carter. There's Tom Carter right there. Just right, boom, and come right in there. That's the same pattern against the same guy that Irving Fryer got. You see, Chris T. Jones just takes him up a little. Carter takes a step to the outside. Then when he takes that step to the outside, Chris T. Jones gets that inside.
First touchdown of his career as Anderson hits the extra point with Hutton holding, and the Eagles lead at 14-7. This Philadelphia team looks good. Very, very well prepared. 14-7 they lead.
In the beginning was the ordinary battery. Then came the long-lasting Duracell battery. And now, the next leap forward. Introducing Duracell Power Check, the only battery with a fuel gauge, so you can see how much power it has, anytime, anywhere. New Duracell Power Check, the world's most advanced battery.
See, here's Chris T. Jones. Now, here's Tom Carter. Now, when you get up there, like Carter is, you have to either bump this guy or keep this foot up inside. He doesn't do either. You see, he lets him come off the line of scrimmage. He gets the right foot back right there. You see when that right foot went back? And with no bump, that is almost an automatic touchdown. Ray Rhodes said he was worried about this dance.
Yeah.
He said he had one dance that he got a lot of complaints on in preseason. Ray Rhodes told him, change that dance. I don't want it. Then he said, if he scores a touchdown, no, I have no idea what he's going to do.
That wasn't that bad. Brian Mitchell will return it again for the Redskins. Mitchell rolled to the ground at about the 23, 22 maybe. There's Rodney Peete. 8 plays, 86 yards. Chris T. Jones, his first touchdown catch. Rodney Peete was 3 out of 4.
Well, Rodney Peete has some things now. I mean, you know, Chris T. Jones, everyone likes him. Irving Fryer's helping. Jason Dunn is big tight end.
Matt Vanderbeek is number 91 for the Redskins, who limped off.
He's their special teams guy. Remember,
Yeah.
there's a good special teams player for the Dallas Cowboys.
Excellent. Like he might have stung his shoulder. Here's Gus Frerotte back to throw. Pass complete to Larry Bowie. Not much doing. Rodney Peete has been hot this first half. 14 out of 17, 2 touchdowns, 202 yards.
That's a big thing. I mean, in this first half, he's already thrown 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think all of last year, he only had 8 touchdown passes.
2nd and 7 Redskins.
This is a different and much more confident Rodney Peete.
Much different looking Philadelphia team as Frerotte goes down. Rushed by William Fuller.
Fuller took an inside move. Yeah, we talk about having to keep your foot up. You're going to see Fuller. He's right here. He takes an inside move, and this inside foot has to be kept up. When that inside foot goes back, you see right there? Well, it went back because he slipped. He fell down. William Fuller just went right by him.
Rhett Hall was the second man there.
That was Ed Simmons started to go back, and then he took that inside move, and then Ed Simmons slipped.
And we get the 2-minute warning. Redskins have the ball, but the Eagles lead it 14-7. 2 minutes left first half.
Let's go, boys.
I've seen a place they call the Rockies. A place covered in snow, as pure as the song of an angel. I've seen a place where the mountains rise up and call to you, run free and far. I've seen a place where the streams lie cradled in the hands of fertile valleys, and a man can kneel down and drink from the cool water and know the truth about himself. I've seen such a place.
Old man, tell us again about the place.
Keep working it, boys.
I've seen a place they call the Rockies.
Last night, little Billy Green had to wait for his supper. His folks stopped by KFC, where they can mix roasted chicken with fried chicken, where they can start their meal with spicy hot wings or sweet and savory honey barbecue wings. With everybody's KFC favorites in the house, little Billy had to start his meal a little later.
Everybody needs a little KFC.
And now start your meal with 6 wings pieces for $1.99, 20 for $5.99.
He kills women, wives who cheat on their husbands.
Eric Roberts.
He's in New Orleans, and I'm going to find him.
Dark Angel, Tuesday, September 10th on Fox.
In Atlanta, they took home the gold. Now they're really being put to the test. See our winners take on the world's best. Mary Lou Retton hosts USA versus the world, the ultimate gymnastics challenge, Tuesday on Fox. Redskins have a little challenge going right here. Farad has to throw it away as he's pursued by intended for Brian Mitchell. Pursued by Mamula.
Yeah, and that's something new for the Redskins there, where they get in the shotgun. Of course, that just tells everyone it's a pass, and they really haven't been able in this first half to block when they had to on the long passing downs, Mike Mamula. And Mike Mamula has been all over Gus Farad every time he's gone back on a second and long or third and long play.
Matt Turk is number one. Freddie Solomon deep. Turk has gotten off a couple of tremendous kicks. And this is another one. Solomon. Redskins down in a hurry. That has been a weapon. 54-yard punt that time by Turk. Vanderbeek, I believe, down again. Remember, he was hurt a moment ago.
Sometimes these guys with big hearts go in and they say they're okay and they think they're okay, and he just got that shoulder or stinger on that play before, and it really is just a couple of minutes later and he goes back in and really gets the same thing. This is a heck of a punt because this allows all those Redskin guys to get down there, and you're going to see Vanderbeek right there on the right side. He's number 91 come in there, and he got the shoulder.
So a minute 46 left to play in the first half. Eagles up 14-7.
Go for the gold. The new Rebel G. Get the ultimate rush.
The Eagles 14, the Redskins 7. Norv Turner. Don't forget to stay around for the half. The Dockers Khakis halftime coming up with JB, Terry, Howie, and Ronnie. Scores and highlights of the other games around the league. Opening day is always something special. Pete to Garner. Not much.
I think this is a real important series for the Washington Redskins because in the second quarter the Eagles started to take this game over. They're going no huddle now, and if they can get a score here, they may have the game completely taken over by halftime.
They need 9. They'll get 9. Chris T. Jones makes the catch. No huddle again.
And we talked earlier about the line of scrimmage, controlling the line of scrimmage, pass protection. The Eagle offensive line has done an excellent job.
Pete. Fryer gets out of bounds. That'll stop the clock at the Redskin 30. Rodney Pete is throwing the ball better than I've ever seen him.
Better than I've ever seen it, and he has good receivers, and he's mixing up, and he's thrown to 3 different tight ends. He's thrown to 8 or 9 different receivers. But again, to me, and we talked about this earlier, it all starts on the line of scrimmage, and this offensive line has controlled that line of scrimmage. The Redskins aren't getting any pass rush.
And Rodney Pete or any other NFL quarterback is good enough. If you don't put some pressure on them, they're going to cut you up. Garner again. In fairness, though, Rodney Pete never really had a team to call his when he was in Detroit. Dallas, of course, Troy Aikman was there. Last year it was Randall Cunningham's team, as you said. Now it's his.
Yeah, and he said he learned a lot in Dallas from Ernie Zambuski, the offensive coordinator.
Pete chased out of the pocket. Throws it away and gets out of bounds without getting hit.
Yeah, you look at that brace on his knee, and they're really doing a good job with braces now, because I remember you know, a long time ago, if someone had a brace as big as Rodney Peete is wearing there, you can see it right there on his left knee, you wouldn't be able to run like that. But he can have a brace that really gives him a lot of stability. In fact, it almost goes all the way down to his ankle and still maneuver. You know, because sometimes those guys would wear braces and they would just be sitting ducks back there. And he moved out pretty well on that.
That's got to be very light. It looks bulky, as you said, but it's got to be light. Jones is the man in motion. Peete with time. Pass complete to Chris T. Jones inside the Redskin 10. They thought, and I remember last year Ray Rhodes was talking about what a good receiver this guy was going to be, and he looks like
and here he is, number 82, Chris T. Jones. We talked about movement and shift. You see, he came in motion all the way across. Then he got it from the left side to the right side. Then he got on that right side and then ran it in. But look at the time Rodney Peete has. There is no one around his feet as he steps forward. See, and that allows him to step forward. Watch his pocket here. You see the time that he has now, and you see the fact that he can look, find the lane, and step forward. That is perfect pass protection. And if you don't get any closer than that on defense, any quarterback in the NFL is going to complete a lot of passes on you.
The Eagles are out of timeouts now. They just took their last one. First and goal at the 8. Philadelphia already leading 14-7, trying to get more. 31 seconds left to play in the first half.
They only have 10 guys in the huddle, though. Chris T. Jones just came back in. They just had 10 guys.
3 wide receivers. Peete back to throw. Behind Irving Fryer.
That's the third time that they tried to get that post down there, or that quick slant in there on Tom Carter. It's the same thing. Here he is right here. Here's Carter right here. You see him looking in at the quarterback. And now he's playing an inside technique. You see he's not in. See, he's staying inside, so now he can get the jump on that thing. Before, he was up close, not getting a jam, nor was he keeping his inside foot up. Now he's playing that slant off down here.
Second and goal at the 8. Ricky Waters back as the setback. Peete back to throw it. Incomplete. Jason Dunn.
I think he caught that. That was a heck of it. I think he did. I think he caught a one-handed catch.
But the official closest said no catch.
You know what they did? They go on the slant down here. Then they get the tight end outside. Then he goes out and up. And it looked like he caught that thing. No, it hit the ground right there. It did look like he had it.
It was on the ground.
But you know what they did? It's that same area, and then they just ran Carter out of there and then ran Jason Dunn in behind that slant.
Third and goal, 4 wide receiver setup for the Eagles. Incomplete. That was there. Mark Ingram had a shot at it.
But you know one thing, that they are not working on Darrell Green, the corner on the other side, but they are working on Tom Carter. Every chance they get or they need a play, they are going at number 25, the left corner.
Injured Redskin on the play. I believe it's Darrell Pounds.
Yeah, he has to help a little on that slant, too. Darrell Pounds is a safety. And when they start on that inside move, that slant or post or pole or whatever down there, you need some inside help. He's looking there. You wonder what happened to the face mask. You know, sometimes, you know, that top of the helmet, remember?
Yep.
Come down and get you right in the bridge of the nose.
I've got one. You've got one.
Yeah, I have one too, yeah. And watch him come in right there. And I don't know if he hit Ingram or if he hit his own man, Tom Carter. But I think that is one of those things where that helmet just got jammed into the bridge of the nose. But he's going to come right here and make the hit. It looked like he missed Ingram.
And hit his own man.
Ingram missed the ball. And the only thing that was hit right there was Pounds hitting Carter.
Right.
You know, that could have been a touchdown. I mean, Mark Ingram should have had that ball. Again, the Eagles, you know, they find something and they work it pretty well. I mean, they found something over there on the right, and The closer they get to the goal line, that's going to be their goal line play. Also found that they can hit their tight end in the middle if they spread it out with running backs and wide receivers. The Eagles have a very, very excellent game plan this first half.
Don't forget to stay with us at the half for scores and highlights around the league with JB and Terry and Howie and Ronnie. This one is 14-7 Philadelphia. They've got the field goal team in with Gary Anderson and Tom Hutton, the holder. "19 seconds left." 27-yard field goal attempt by Anderson is good. And the Eagles move ahead by 10. As you said, John, this has been a well-conceived game plan by Philadelphia. Look at those total yards.
Yeah, 311 to 56. And I think that, you know, to take over the game, I think that last stand was important for the Redskins. I think they had to do it, and they didn't do it. And I think that, you know, Ray Rhodes came out and he says this team has to have a sense of urgency when we go out in the field. He said it's always a fight. He says we're fighting for our life. The Eagles played that way in the first half.
He left our meeting yesterday and someone said, "What are you going to do?" He said, "I'm going upstairs and worry."
Oh no, he's a real worry. I mean, Ray can't play or can't hit anything, but he would love to. And, you know, and he gets himself in that kind of mood that he gets himself fired up, and he's more fired up than most of his players are fired up. But I'll tell you one thing. They all love Ray Rhodes. And, you know,
it's contagious.
Ricky Waters said, we have players meetings, and he said, you know, at the end of the players meeting, some guy will have to say, and we have to win for Ray. And he said, in all the coaching and all the playing that he's ever done in his life, he's never heard players ever say they had to win for a coach.
Bouncing kickoff by Gary Anderson, taken by one of the up people. And the Redskin wedge set up. 8 seconds left to play in the first half. No timeouts left for either team. Jamie Asher was the man who returned that last kick.
You know, and in this first half, and it can change at halftime too. That's what halftimes are for, to make adjustments, to get regrouped. But the Eagles looked a lot quicker, and the Redskins looked sluggish, both offensively and defensively. They looked sluggish in every area except special teams. I mean, they're alive on special teams, but they've been sluggish on offense and defense.
Those tremendous punts by Matt Turk have kept him out of trouble. They covered him well too, but he's averaged over 50 yards. Here is Gus Ferrari. Pass is complete to Henry Ellard. Remarkable player, Henry Ellard. That's halftime with the Eagles leading the Redskins 17-7.
Only babies get what they want all the time.
Leave a little bit of yourself on that field.
Men gotta do it the hard way.
Focus, finish. Let's go. Let's go. Now wear them down. Watch your blue line.
All right, let's go regular.
He's out of the ball game.
Regular 51 bingo pick.
No, you got your earring in.
No more rocket balls, please.
Fumble. You can't control what just took place. Come on.
Killer tornadoes. Why have there been so many in recent weeks? Are they becoming bigger and more powerful? Now, the most destructive force in nature is coming to your living room in a Fox original movie that will blow you away. Tornado. The terror takes shape tonight. When black churches burn, will Detective J.C. Williams want justice?
You burned my church!
Or revenge? A brand new New York Undercover, Thursday.
Hi, I'm Rachel Tessera. I'm from Manayunk. Good day, Philadelphia.
Most of us have dreams for the future. Some of us make plans. Terry Bennett, in the next 4 years, her interest in athletics will lead Terry into orthopedic training. She'll serve in Germany and Hawaii and receive cash for college while building a career in physical therapy. Futures like this don't just happen. Today's military opens new opportunities for women in hundreds of careers with the training, experience, and education it takes to make a dream come true. Make it happen. in the U.S. Armed Forces.
Every model, 0 down, 4.8, 14 days only. Like Protege LX5. Power, air, music, this price. These terms, 626 LX5. Power, air, music, this price. Same terms. 14 days only. And September 3rd.
Your brother was mixed up with some pretty unsavory people.
They killed him. It was strength to come home.
This is just the beginning. They won't stop until you're dead, too.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, Natasha Henstridge of Species. Maximum Risk, rated R. At theaters Friday, September 13th.
The Dockers Khakis Halftime Report. Brought to you by Dockers Khakis, the choice of unrestricted free agents everywhere. Hey, nice pants.
And welcome to the Fox Television Center and the Dockers Halftime. Along with Terry Bradshaw, I'm James Brown. A couple games you folks are watching out there. Arizona, Indianapolis. Colts leading at 10-6. Big note, Jim Harbaugh, bruised right arm, may not be there the second half. Philadelphia and Washington. Rodney Peete looking like a world beater, 17 of 24 in the first half.
Rodney Peete back, Fryer on the post route. Safety freezes by the split and holds him up. Nobody in the middle. There's Fryer. Touchdown, 7-zip right off the bat. Now back comes Brian Mitchell. Who do you fear? Kickoff returns. Brian Mitchell takes it all the way down for this 45, all the way down to the 45-yard line. And then Terry Allen's 2-yard touchdown run. This ties the score at 7-all, but the Eagles with Peete firing touchdown passes, JB, 17-7 at the half.
And dominating the action, 311 yards to 77. Wayne Fonts and Denny Green hugging. Well, where's that potent offense of Detroit?
Huggy-wuggy. Mitchell out of the back, steps up inside. Don't forget the last game he played in the regular season. 4 interceptions. This first half alone, he has had 2 interceptions. But he comes back. He finds more on a 17-yard touchdown reception. This ties the score at 7-all. And then the Lions on a field goal lead at the half, 10-7.
New stadium in Carolina. Excitement for opening day. No NFL player will be allowed to do this.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sight, JB. Something I want to do as soon as the show's over with. Kerry Collins back. Stands in the pocket. Carrier, what's he running? What's the greatest route in all of football? Tell me.
Crossing route.
Absolutely. Touchdown, 13-6. Carolina Panthers on top of the Falcons at the half.
Glad we rehearsed that because I thought it was a slant route. Kansas City and Houston. Oilers leading 16-10 that late in the second. Boy, Kansas City having a tough way to go. Raiders over the Ravens by a touchdown. That at halftime in Baltimore. St. Louis and the Bengals. The Bengals 9-7 that late in the second quarter play there. And Jacksonville 14-6 over the Steelers. Cordell Stewart in. Now, you said Cordell would be in this year, but not this early.
JB, I said he'd be in the second half of the season. I didn't say he'd be in the second half of the first game.
Surprise, surprise. Well, speaking of coming in, we'll bring in Howie Long and Ronnie Lott. Talk about the big three in the NFL after this.
Fox NFL Sunday talks to primetime, as in Deion Sanders.
I want to give the Dallas fans and the fans around the NFL everything they expect out of prime time.
Don't miss our illuminating feature on the Cowboys all-purpose superstar. Then, the Kramer to Conway aerial connection leads the Bears against the Redskins. Plus, the rivalry is renewed as the Giants battle the Super Bowl champion Cowboys. It's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. It all begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.
Ready? Hey, Keith, this guy says he's looking for Dan Marino.
I wasn't aware of any visitors for Dan.
Sorry, Dan's busy.
Going somewhere?
And you are... Oops, so sorry.
Didn't I tell you this is private property?
Marino throwing deep, has a man open.
Hey, maybe we can give Dan a message for you. Man, people are so pushy these days.
Some people will go to extremes for a little cash. But to win a really cool prize, the Bears are going to trash their house. They'll go completely crazy.
Introducing a new game show.
I love you all. Thank you very much.
Where you win the money the old-fashioned way.
Ready, get set, smear.
By humiliating yourself on national TV.
Blow the dough.
Big Deal premieres tonight at 7, 6 Central on Fox.
And welcome back to the Fox Television Center and the Dockers halftime. And it is generally acknowledged that the big three in the NFL still are Dallas, San Francisco, and Green Bay. But each of these teams has some vulnerabilities.
Yeah, Dallas and San Francisco, free agency, injury, and suspension have kind of chipped away at those the big two, which allows Green Bay to step up and to be one of the big three. But they have an opportunity to catch home field advantage if Dallas and San Francisco stumble early. But Dallas and San Francisco, don't forget, are in a weak division. Green Bay is going to have to fight its way through the NFC Central.
They are going to have to fight their way through the Central, but they have to run the ball in the second half of games. They were able to bring in William Henderson, the fullback, and I think William Henderson, the fullback, is going to help them and will get their running game going. But I still think it's problems there, and if they can't do it, I don't see them winning the NFC.
You know, one of the keys for Green Bay was beating the 49ers last year on the road in 3Com Park. 49ers are a football team that's struggling. Weak at cornerback, can't protect the quarterback. Steve Young found out last year when they play an aggressive defense like the Panthers with all that zone blitzing, they knocked him on their hiney. That's a problem they're having in 49er territory. Green Bay has to say, as you say, can they run the football? I don't think it matters. The team that I think have the biggest collapse is the Dallas Cowboys because they could very easily, after 5 games, be scratching for their playoff life.
No team is really deep, but do you think that the big three have enough depth to beat the other guys, second string, third string?
I think they have enough time in the NFC West and the NFC East to survive an early stumble and possibly pick up the pace at the end of the year.
All right, we've got more Dockers halftime coming your way from the Fox Television Center, and we'll do that after this.
Fox, the exclusive home of the 1996 World Series.
I'm Donya Archer.
And I'm Don Tollison. Monday on Good Day, our own Jim Schnackey's Castillo kicks off your Labor Day celebration with the fine art of barbecuing live from Belmont Plateau.
Plus, love letters, journals, personal notes, they're all becoming a thing of the past. What's that mean for relationships? The lost art of letter writing, Monday morning on Good Day.
Every civilization has looked into the unknown and seen a face. Ours is no exception. Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Weekdays at 5, starting September 9th on Fox.
It's back, and it's even better than before. It's the biggest Ford sales event of the year. Ford's factory-authorized clearance at your Quality Plus Ford dealer. With great clearance prices on Ford Explorer, America's #1 sport utility with switch-on all-wheel drive, the most room in its class, and the highest quality rating. Plus, Explorer now has V8 power for more towing capacity. Save now during Ford's factory-authorized clearance. If you've been waiting to buy, see your Quality Plus Ford dealer and get a clearance price on Ford Explorer.
When I call, I may need a lot of answers.
Almost any question you might have, we can answer. From how much your bill is, the date that the bill's mailed out, the date that it's due, any past due balances, if you have any questions about whether we receive payments, any type of usage, we can tell you how much different appliances would cost to use. We can even tell you how much it costs to run your hot tub.
Good morning. Thank you for calling Pico Energy. My name is Judy. How may I help you?
Presenting blockbuster video value packs starring movies, Coca-Cola, and popcorn in Take 1, Take 2, and Take 3. Take home a blockbuster video value pack, now playing at a Blockbuster near you.
An elite team, their mission, disarm a bomb on Flight 343 while it's in the air.
The Pentagon is gonna shoot us down.
Kurt Russell, Steven Seagal, executive decision, rated R from Warner Home Video, rented tonight.
This highlight from the first half is brought to you by Mitsubishi. Irving Fryer split out to the right. This was the Eagles' first touchdown. Rodney Peete. Ample time. Good pattern. Irving Fryer just cut in front of Tom Carter, and that was the way they scored their first touchdown. That's our first half Mitsubishi half highlight. Now let's look at the first half statistics, John?
I think the amazing thing is right here, the passing yards and what the Eagles and Rodney Peete did. Total plays. Look, they had the ball twice as many times as the Redskins, twice as much time. So they were able to do things. They took control of the game. They set the tempo in the game in that first half, and the Redskins looked very sluggish, and the Eagles won every battle except maybe the special teams battle.
3 times as many first downs. How about passing in direction?
Well, look, you know, we talked about left. Here's where Darrell Green is. So they only threw the ball out there twice, and where they had their success is in the middle. 8 out of 8, and to the right, 8 out of 14. So they've been working the middle of the field and their right. And, of course, both those touchdowns were also to the right. They've really been working on Tom Carter, especially when they get down towards the goal line and they need a play. They're either working on Tom Carter, or the other way to say it is they're also staying away from the great Darrell Green.
17-7 the score. The Eagles leading Norv Turner's Redskins.
I'm sure that Norv went in and made the adjustments. And again, you know, part of it is the offense hasn't done a heck of a lot, but they haven't had the ball either. So what he's going to have to do is, in his mind, he's going to have to think, how do we get the ball and how do we get some first downs? Tom Carter there has to think, how do I cover Chris T. Jones and Irving Fryer and Mark Ingram?
Well, they got to give him some help.
Well, you know, they got a little help with him on that last one that Ingram dropped. Darrell Pounds was over there to help him.
Hutton will kick off. And deep for the Redskins, Brian Mitchell and William Bell. It is going to be Mitchell at about the 4.5, 5-yard line. And Mitchell can be dangerous, is dangerous. And another good return by Brian Mitchell.
And now the offense has to come in and do something about it. I mean, you know, we said their offense is sluggish, their defense has been sluggish, and the 2 areas that they've had well is they've punted well and they've kick returned well. And again, this is what Brian Mitchell, he does this as well as anyone in the league. You get up there, you run off blocks, you get into the wedge as soon as you can. Then when you find a lane, you take it to the outside. That's the second time he's done that in this game and got excellent field position for the Redskins.
1st and 10 Washington at their own 46. Reverse coming to Leslie Shepard. Shepard to midfield and across.
You know, right now, one of the Redskins' problem is they don't have any speed on this team. They don't have any speed other than Leslie Shepard. So if they're going to get a big play or they're going to use speed, whether it's, you know, a pass pattern or like that, a reverse, the guy to do it right now has to be Leslie Shepard. Michael Westbrook, their #1 draft choice from a year ago, is out of this game, but they say he should play next week.
2nd down and 5. Brian Mitchell split wide to the left. Now this is Terry Allen, and Allen inside the 20, and he's going to score. 49 yards away for Terry Allen, and the Redskins bounce right back in it. Terry Allen. John was talking about him earlier. He's had reconstructive surgery on both knees. In fact, he's still got screws in each knee.
Seeing the whole field starting out here to the right, that was just a slant. He didn't make a cut until he got into the backfield. He just took that slant, ran it right off tackle, and then got into the backfield. Then he made a move and went right to the goal line.
His 2nd touchdown of the day. Blanton for the extra point. Farrat holding. And the Redskins narrow the gap to 17-14. The Eagles had a chance to put this thing away in the first half. And now it's a 3-point game.
Only Foot Locker's got the new Reebok NFL reversible jerseys. The coolest jerseys from your favorite teams. With home colors on one side, away colors on the other. And enter Foot Locker's Drive to the Super Bowl sweepstakes for a chance to win a 97 Nissan Pathfinder to drive to Super Bowl 31 along with 2 tickets to the game. Contest rules at all Foot Locker stores. Foot Locker, where it all begins.
That means 2 things, football and projects. That's why we're having the True Value Kickoff Kick-In sale. We're kicking it off by kicking in bonus items and extra savings. So you can get all those projects done and still have time to enjoy the season. Get True Test Easy Care Paint just $9.97, our lowest price of the year. We'll kick in a poster painted by an NFL quarterback free. True Value, official hardware store of the NFL and homes everywhere.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. By Starter, no one's closer to the game. And by the Body Heat Activated Degree Antiperspirant and Deodorant.
17-14. The Eagles over the Redskins by 3 now. Opening seconds of the 3rd quarter. Scott Blanton to kick it off. Derek Witherspoon will return it, and he's got some room. Out to about the 36-37.
Yeah, if we watch this touchdown run, watch William Fuller, Pat. He takes himself out of the play. He jumps inside. Ed Simmons goes to block him and misses him, and in doing so picks up the linebacker here. But Fuller really takes himself out of the play by jumping to the inside. Watch, he jumps inside. Simmons completely misses him, but in doing so, he'll pick up the linebacker there, and look at the lane that gives to Terry Allen.
Terry Allen, 10 carries, 96 yards, both Redskin touchdowns. Rodney Peete to Charlie Garner. Garner gets 3 of 4, right side. Opening moments of quarter number 3. The Redskins, 2 touchdowns. Both were set up by long kickoff returns by Brian Mitchell.
And I think we always talk about that, you know, the 3 parts of a team, the offense, the defense, and the special teams. The Redskins didn't play well offensively, didn't play well defensively, but the one thing they've had going that have kept them in this game are their special teams.
2 tight ends set up for the Eagles. Peete looks right, throws left, complete to Ed West. Not enough for a first.
Yeah, you look at Rodney Peete and what he's done in the first half. He was 17 out of 24 total. He hit 12 to his wide receivers, which is really good. 3 to the tight ends and 3 different tight ends and only 2 to the running backs. But that's the old-fashioned way of throwing the ball. Throwing the ball outside to the wide receivers and then spreading it out. I mean, they spread this Redskin defense out, and they've also spread the ball around. Spread it out and spread it around.
And keep everybody happy. Garner. Knocked out of bounds on first down by Stanley Richard.
Darrell Green's getting in an argument there. I've never seen him do that. He ran up to Christy Jones and started on something.
Christy Jones must have blocked him.
Well, you know, when you get a guy, Darrell Green is right here. He's a 14-year veteran. Christy Jones is a second-year guy. They don't like to be held. See him right there? He just grabbed him. He grabbed him and pulled him, and then when he got him where he wanted to at the pull, he pushed him.
And that's why he was mad.
I know, and Darrell Green went up to Christy Jones and said, "You can't do that." And the official didn't see it, so it's okay.
Kevin Turner out of the backfield gets the reception. Near midfield. A pickup of 3 or 4. Rodney Peete has, as John Madden was just pointing out, really spread the completions around.
And you know, and he's done it when they've needed it. I mean, they've had 16 first downs. They got 1 by running and 15 by passing. So this so far has really been a Rodney Peete game.
He has another passing situation. 3rd and 5, 3 wide receivers right at midfield. Charlie Garner deep. Ingram is the man in motion. Pete pulled it down, and he'll get the first down running. Good block by Irving Fryer as he turned back.
And he got a good double team because they know that they have to block Ken Harvey. So Ken Harvey was lined up over their left tackle, Barrett Brooks. So they double him. Now, if you look, here's Harvey here. So they're going to double right here. And then that's the area when Rodney Peete has to scramble. He knows to come out this way because that's where his double is. You see Harvey here? Now watch right here. They get the double there. Now that gives Rodney Peete this lane out here to run in. And then if you're going to be down there, you better get a block. And Irving Fryer got that block for him.
Garner's the deep back. First down, Philadelphia. Garner gets the carry to about the 35. Patton made the stop. Philadelphia's first down, 2 by rushing, including that one by Rodney Peete. 16 by passing, as you pointed out a moment ago.
I was just saying that this is a Rodney Peete game, but the thing that has made it that way is the dominance of this offensive line. This offensive line of the Eagles has really dominated the defensive line of the Washington Redskins.
Garner, not much.
Well, that's running into the teeth of the defense.
Yeah.
You know, they've had success, getting outside. They've had success throwing the ball. And then when you try and jam it in there, it's not going to work. It just doesn't fit inside because the Redskin defense is set up to take that away.
Redskin down on the play is Dexter Nottage. Second time he's been down. 17-14. Philadelphia leading Washington.
Testing impact jackets in Unit 2.
Emmett Smith. Testing progress.
Prepare to test the jersey.
Emmett Smith report to staging area B.
Starter Sportswear. No one's closer to the game.
Hey, how are those jackets coming? The hat works great.
Prepare to test the hat.
FedEx uses over 500 airplanes to handle your 2-day package. Cost? About $12.
UPS uses over 500 airplanes to handle your 2-day package. Cost? About $6.
The U.S. Postal Service uses over 15,000 airplanes to handle your priority mail 2 to 3 day package. Cost? $3.
So, 12, 6, 3, what's your priority? Priority mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
Just up from 40 Deuce and Dream Street, there's a joint that jumps with solid swinging and hep cat scat. Where the Heidi Ho Man and the Godfather of Soul hit the high notes with every cool in the pool. It's a house on fire called the Cotton Club, where every night the vibe is hot and live gigs aren't the only things that cook, because the club chases up some of the best chaff in town. So if you're hip to the scene, grab some threads and bring your Visa card, because the club jives and jukes at a shake, but never with American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Gina's expecting. Expecting what?
Is Martin going to be a dad?
Just call me the gardener, because I damn sure planted the seed.
Find out on the season premiere of Martin Thursday.
RFK Stadium in Washington. The Eagles over the Redskins by 3, 17-14. Don't forget Deion's private workout. What Deion Sanders did in the offseason to get himself ready to play both offense and defense. Next Sunday at noon Eastern time. Dexter Nottage looks like an injury to his left knee.
And he's just getting up now. What he did is he's right here and he's going to take an inside move, and they get his left knee in that pileup. See number 92, see him take the inside move, and right there, see him get the left knee right there. And then he was down during that whole timeout, and they're finally getting him up now. You know, the guy that blocked him on that was Troy Drake. And Troy Drake is a second-year lineman. He's taken Richard Cooper's place.
Remember, Cooper was hurt early.
Yeah, and we saw Troy Drake last week on film, and he looked like a good player. And he's been doing well today. Lester Holmes is playing well at right guard. Raleigh McKenzie always steady in there. Joe Panis at left guard. Barrett Brooks are all They're all really dominating again this Redskin defense.
4 wide receivers. Waters deep. Pete. Incomplete. Ingram said he had it. Apparently he didn't.
They're still working out here on Tom Carter again. He's off, and he puts that right foot back. You see, when he puts that right foot back, then you can get inside on him. And as long as he doesn't keep that right foot up, then they're going to do that to him all day. Of course, they're lucky that they dropped that ball. That's the second one that where they've had him beaten, once on the goal line and dropped, and once here for a first down that they dropped.
Both times to Ingram.
27 up on the line.
Tom Hutton back to punt. Left-footed. Hangs it high. That's what he wanted to do from this close. Brian Mitchell signaled fair catch at the 12 and made it. That was a wise choice by Brian Mitchell. That ball could have bounced anywhere. 21-yard kick. That won't help you average too much, but it was effective.
When you first come into the league, you're at the bottom of the mountain.
Football camp is the hardest thing I've ever been through.
Team, the coaches, the media, all eyes are looking at me.
We asked some of the NFL's hottest rookies to switch antiperspirants and try Degree.
Body heat activated.
As your body heat rises, Degree releases extra protection when you need it most.
As I work harder, Degree works harder.
This stuff really works. It helped me keep my coolness.
Body heat activated Degree for an extra degree of protection.
Don't want to be smelling like you just played a football game.
NFL Sunday Ticket from DirecTV. We play up to 13 regular season games every Sunday. So what would you call somebody who only plays one? It's not on cable or any other mini-dish system. It's got to be DirecTV. Satellite TV at its best. Inside your car's fuel system, there's a constant battle between good and evil. So if you have a dirty fuel system, none of these dark forces can match the power of STP Complete Fuel System Cleaner. STP's most technologically advanced fuel system cleaner ever. Dirt has met its match. STP Complete Fuel System Cleaner.
See gold medalist J.C. Phelps, Amanda Borden, Amy Chow, Dominique Morciano, and many more in the ultimate gymnastics competition, USA versus the World, Tuesday.
17-14, the Eagles over the Redskins. Each week, Degree will be tracking this year's hot rookies. The 1995 NFL Rookie of the Year was running back Curtis Martin of the New England Patriots, who led the AFC in rushing yard. 1st and 10. Terry Allen wrestled to the ground by Fuller with some assistance. Those guys been around a long time.
Well, the Hogettes have been.
Yep.
They got an eagle in there with them now. They got a Birdman in there with them.
That's a different looking eagle.
But you wonder what they think of, when they get up in the morning.
Yep.
And they're going to put that stuff on, and at some point they have to say, okay, I look good, I'm ready to go.
I'm not sure they get up in the morning. I think they just stayed up.
That's left over.
Mamula around the corner. Again, hit for Rott. Mamula with great quickness.
And that's the place that they knew that they were going to have problems. And if you're going to do that, you better give some help. Here's Mamula here. Here's Pordanis here. And you got to get him. And he has, set speed and quickness. Watch that stance. He's just going to go boom. He just runs right by Pordanis.
Yep.
I mean, he's just too quick and too fast for him. I mean, that's not blocking him at all. I mean, there's nothing. Farrat doesn't have a chance here. And I know the Redskins were planning on helping Pordanis. I mean, they were give another blocker in there, double team Mamula. If you don't, he's not going to get blocked.
On 3rd down, Brian Mitchell gets the carry. And the Redskins will have to punt again. If there wasn't a fumble, there was on the play before, which was recovered for the Redskins by Corey Raymer.
Yeah, that's the two areas they've had problems. They've never gotten Mamula blocked in this game, and Tom Carter hasn't been able to handle the things that they're throwing at him offensively.
Matt Turk back in the end zone to punt this time to Freddie Solomon. And he has done a wonderful job. Look at his punting average. Well over 50 yards.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
He weighs 236 pounds.
Another good one. Solomon at his 41. The Redskins down quickly again, but they missed the first tackle, and out of the bounds goes Freddie Solomon by Jamie Asher. That was a 51-yard punt, but that time a 9-yard return. That's their long of the day.
Ever wonder what makes Ken Griffey Jr. so sweet?
I feel a lot of love in the park today.
It's his honey frosted Wheaties, frosted flakes with a grand slam taste.
You know, you should smile more.
Honey frosted Wheaties, it's sweet energy.
It's another time, and another has been chosen. Now, vengeance takes flight. The Crow, City of Angels, now playing.
Hi, we hear you're kicking off the Walt Disney World 25th anniversary. Well, I'm ready to party. I got my Mickey ears, my Goofy shorts, and my Donald shirt.
Do you have one of these?
Hey, where'd you get that?
The magic of the Walt Disney World 25th anniversary celebration begins at McDonald's, where you can sign up to be a part of it all and get one of 4 25th anniversary glasses, just 99 cents each when you buy any large sandwich like the new Arch Deluxe.
You are looking at one happy little man.
Pantalon.
Hey, she says nice pants.
There's a darker stonewashed khakis.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Dockers Khakis. So stylishly comfortable, they make Upper Reserve feel like the luxury boxes.
Very pleasant day in our nation's capital. Not so pleasant for the Redskins as they've been dominated by the Eagles, but they still trail by only 3 points.
That's the amazing thing. I mean, you look at the Eagles have beaten them every way you can, but the thing that has really held the Redskins in this game are their special teams.
Rodney Peete back to throw it. And the pass is picked off by Darrell Green. 14 years. He's still just as quick as anybody else and knows how to play the game.
And knows how to make big plays, and that time he was over on the other side. You see, because they put 2 wide receivers over here, Darrell Green comes over to this side. And they've been working this right side, but they've been leaving Darrell Green over on the other side. And you see him, he's just in there, he just zones up. He was just playing zone and reading the quarterback, and Rodney Peete didn't know that he was playing zone, and Darrell Green was watching Rodney Peete, and he threw it right to him.
His 41st career interception.
An amazing guy, isn't he?
He really is.
Yeah, he's been in this league again for 14 years, but he still looks like he's been in 2 or 3.
Farrar going deep for Shepard, and just missed.
That's Norv Turner. Norv Turner is a very aggressive play caller. He's one of the few head coaches in the league that calls his own plays, and he's very aggressive. And something like that happens, they get an interception, boom, he's going to come in right now and go for it.
Troy Vincent, whom the Eagles got from Miami, beg your pardon, was on the coverage on Shepard.
And Rodney Peete's over there probably thinking right now, I haven't messed with Darrell Green all day. I've stayed away from Darrell Green all day. And the first time I go to mess with him, the guy brings it right back to me.
Terry Allen, the ball carrier, breaks a couple of tackles, but there's a flag on the play. It'll be against Washington.
Yeah, that's a great drive stopper and a great momentum start. You know, when Darrell Green...
Holding. Offense number 77. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Trey Johnson.
Yeah, Trey Johnson is right here, the left guard, number 77. And you see him fire out, and it's that left hand there. You see that left hand stayed on the jersey, and that had to be what they called. He was blocking against Rhett Hall there.
Rhett Hall, like Mamula, is one of those really quick guys.
Yeah, but if Trey Johnson had fired out on Rhett Hall, he wouldn't have gotten his hands in that position. He's too passive.
Incomplete, intended for Shepard. Right now, for a McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center.
Pat, the Vikings are trailing Detroit by 3 in the third. This doesn't help their case at all. The signal caller, Warren Moon, wrapped up by Tracy Scroggins, injures his right ankle. It's being x-rayed right now to determine the severity. We'll update you on that as we know it. Let's take you back to Washington, D.C. Pat Summerall and John Madden.
And at RFK Stadium, the Eagles lead the Redskins 17-14, 6:42 left to play. 3rd and 20. They're 1 out of 6 on 3rd down. Brian Mitchell was deep with Farrat. Gus Farrat fired high and deep, and Barry Wilburn had a shot at it. And the boos come out of RFK for Gus Farrat.
Gus Farrat was the guy they wanted, and he was in that battle with Heath Schuler. He won that battle, but this isn't the kind of start that Gus Farrat needed today. I mean, he's now 4 out of 11, only completed 4 passes the whole game, and really hasn't gotten much going, but hasn't gotten a lot of help either. I mean, he's gotten help from Terry Allen in his running game, but not a lot of help from his receivers and his offensive line and pass protection.
Here's a guy that's been a big help to the Redskins, Matt Turk, the punter. This has been a wonderful exhibition by him. And here's another one. Solomon Faircat Signal makes it at about the 34. 47-yard punt by Matt Turk that time. 17-14 Eagles.
Welcome to Spirit of the Game, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, with low fares on every flight, every seat, every day.
Can't go to work without your helmet. Got my helmet. Oh! Hey, could you get my helmet, man? Get that ball back!
Nice head. Nice head.
Southwest Airlines employees demonstrating once again that you can have fun and still do a great job.
Hey, you're a guy, and guys want to be cool. Hang out with other guys who are cool. But even cool guys sweat. 40% more than women, in fact. So how you gonna stay cool? With something new, Speed Stick Gel. No other gel keeps you drier, so you always feel your coolest. It's unbeatable gel protection, and guys, no matter how cool they are, need all the protection they can get. New Speed Stick Gel. It's just for the guys.
Introducing the new game show you can really get attached to.
Blow the dough!
Big Deal premieres tonight at 7, 6 Central on Fox.
It's live, it's wild, it's totally unpredictable. Fox After Breakfast will do anything and go anywhere to jumpstart your day every day. See why people are saying it's anything but the same old morning routine. Fox After Breakfast, weekdays.
They were on my bus the other day.
They were?
Yeah, Fox After Breakfast.
Was it after breakfast?
Yeah, I was there. I know, they came out, they all came out, boom, we went, looked around, and then drove off. That was it.
Ricky Waters, the ball carrier.
They're talking about Gus Farrat and only completing 4 passes. And you know, we talked about this before, that I believe when you have 2 quarterbacks, you either really have 2 good ones, and that doesn't happen, or you don't have any. And I think that's more the Redskins' problem now. They don't have an established quarterback yet.
Waters carries a couple of Redskins for a first down. Patton make the stop.
And you wonder why the score is only 17-14, and this is a reason here. On kick returns, they've averaged 30.7, and on punts, they've averaged punting 52.2. So the thing that they're doing where they're really winning that battle is on their returns and then on their punting, and that's how they're getting field position.
1st and 10. This is Waters again. Waters hammers straight ahead and gets another Eagle first down, or very nearly does.
Waters looked like he had that 234 pounds there, that extra weight there to bounce him through it. Although it looked like something bounced the wrong way. I mean, he was, like I said, he was 212, 215 pounds, but he didn't learn that lesson well. He still has that ball out there with one hand, and he ran through something. Luckily, he didn't get that thing knocked out of there again. Remember, he had the fumble earlier, and then he started putting both hands on it, then he went back to just one hand on it.
That's the fullback, Kevin Turner, who's down. He missed almost all of last year with an injury. Ricky Waters comes back, 13 carries, 59 yards.
And Kevin Turner can really help this team if he doesn't have that same injury that he had a year ago. Remember when he was at New England?
Yep.
He was one of those guys that can run, he can block, he can catch. In fact, Ray Rhodes, who was an assistant coach with the 49ers, and Ricky Waters both said that Kevin Turner reminds him a lot of Tom Rathman.
Those are high comparisons.
And then Ricky Waters said after that, and Tom Rathman was the best fullback that I ever played with.
Kevin Turner leaving without assistance. That's a good sign.
You know, anytime a guy's been hurt and missed most of a year and they go down, everyone holds their collective breath.
Don't they? First down, Philadelphia at the Redskin 42. 2 tight end setup.
They still won't mess around down here, I don't think, with Darrell Green.
Garner's the setback. Charlie Garner. And they move that pile down to about the 35. Ken Harvey wrapped up Garner.
You know, one thing that Ricky Waters was calling Ken Harvey, he was calling him a beast, and then he had to define beast. He said anytime I say beast, that means the guy's really a good player. Yeah. He said when I have the ball, he said I want to know where that beast is. He said that's the guy we got to get blocked is their beast. And you see what happens if you don't get their beast blocked, then their beast just beasts you.
He takes you back in the other direction.
Yeah, and then when he gets done with it, he slams you to the turf like a rag doll.
Waters back in at deep back. Ricky Waters gets the carry and will get another Eagle first down. Mark Boutte made the stop.
Again, this is what you look for as an offensive lineman, when you can get in this and you've been passing, and you know this is the old 49er theory, the Bill Walsh theory, where what the Eagles did is they started out passing to establish the run. Then they get you loosened up, and now they just pound the run at you.
They get ahead, and then they kill the clock with running.
And if you're an offensive lineman, this is the most fun time in football when you can do this.
1st and 10, 2 tight ends set up for Philadelphia. Waters again to the Redskin 30. And the clock continues to move. Less than 3 left in the 3rd quarter now. Ricky's chattering away as he always has done.
You know, the thing that they've done a pretty good job of is those 2 tackles inside. You haven't heard Sean Gilbert's name or Mark Boutte's name a lot, or Rich Owens. I mean, they've really blocked those defensive linemen. The only guy that has raised any havoc on that defense is Ken Harvey. Like now, when he lines up in that position,
they double teamed him. Pete comes out, flag on the play. They get the ball to Turner, who just had cramps. That's the only reason he was down a minute ago. Rich Owens, the Redskin player who stayed down after the play was over.
But that was a great play by Ken Harvey. Yep. I mean, he did 3 things, Pat. He rushed the passer, and then Pete started to scramble.
Offense number 72, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
He chased Rodney Peete, then Pete threw the ball, and then he chased the guy that caught the ball. And that's an effort.
All that with a double team.
I know it, yeah. I mean, that's a football player. I mean, you can say that, this guy's that and this guy that, but that's the way you're supposed to play the game. I mean, just play the game the way Ken Harvey plays it right here. I mean, you start here, he gets the rush, and he causes the thing. You see he's right there. Now he chases Pete. Pete throws the ball. He stops, and then he goes and tackles the guy that catches the ball. That's playing football.
2nd and 19. Not everyone can do that. Screen pass. Garner. Fumble.
Darrell Green again. Darrell Green.
The Redskins have it.
Darrell Green came in and made that tackle and knocked that ball out of there. So far in the last couple series, Darrell Green, that's why he's a big player. He had the interception, and on that play right there, he came flying in and knocked the ball out. And the Eagles were really doing well when they stayed away from Darrell Green, and they start going towards him or messing with him, and they get the ball back. Watch number 28, Darrell Green. He's going to come flying in right there. You see him hit the ball with his left hand and knocks it right out of there. Watch him right there. Boom. He hits the ball and knocks it out of there, and the Redskins get it. 2 big plays in the second half by Darrell Green.
And the Redskins get it at their own 36. Gus Frerotte is still the quarterback. The handoff is to Terry Allen, who's tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Mark Woodard.
These fans are getting impatient here. They over the years remember when they were really good. Joe Theismann was a quarterback, and Mark Rippon, and Duck Williams, and in Super Bowls, and Joe Gibbs, and John Riggins running, and the Hogs, and I mean those were great years and great times, and
it was great to come here then.
Oh, that was fun, and these fans kind of want that back.
On 2nd and about 11 is stopped by William Thomas, and the clock continues to run.
See, now this is good defense here when you can stop him and get him in long yardage. Darrell Green's thinking, I mean, he's not thinking that, but I'm saying that he got the ball back twice when they really needed it, but now the offense has to do something with it.
He's been making big plays for, it seems like, well, for 14 years. Seems like forever, ever since we've been together.
Well, his first biggest play was in his first game 14 years ago this weekend.
Pass complete from Frerotte to his tight end, Jamie Asher, and he gets the first down. That's the best Ferrotte's looked in the pocket. And that might be, outside of Terry Allen's touchdown run, the best offensive play they've had.
And that's what they need. I mean, maybe that's what Gus Frerotte needs, is just something to get him started. Where you can get the ball going, get some first downs, build something. They haven't really been able to offensively build anything in this game.
They're down only by 3 points. 17-14, final seconds of the third quarter.
And special teams, and now you add that turnovers have really helped them.
Allen hit behind the line of scrimmage by James Willis. The Eagles lost Govea and Romanowski. And Woodard and Willis took their place. That's the end of 3. And at RFK Stadium in Washington, the last year here, the Eagles lead the Redskins 17-14.
Fox, home of Super Bowl 31.
Pennsylvania's best newscast. Watch the Fox 10 o'clock news tonight.
Every model, 0 down, 4.8, 14 days only.
Go!
Like Protege LX5.
Gotta go!
Power, air, music, this price.
Go!
These terms, 626 LX5. Power, air, music, this price.
Go!
Same terms. 14 days only. And September 3rd.
Take every chance you can get to Amoco and play Ride of Your Life. You could win free gas, a United Airlines global tour, even a new Pontiac Grand Prix GTP. There's lots of prizes and lots of chances, so stop by Amoco any way you can.
From the people who brought you one clever idea after another comes the Plymouth Clever Clearance. It's the end of the model year, and right now you can get 0 down and 90 days deferred payments on all Plymouth minivans, or our lowest APRs on Plymouth Neon. Or you can breeze into a brand new Plymouth Breeze with this great low price. The Plymouth Clever Clearance. It's one clever way to save after another.
For the official cars of the Philadelphia Eagles, see your local Chrysler and Plymouth dealers.
Back in Washington, Pat Summerall with John Madden. The Eagles leading the Redskins 17-14 as we begin the fourth quarter, 2nd and 10. Flag on the play as Terry Allen gets the carry.
I think that's going to be against the Eagles. I think Frott gave him a hard count, and the Eagles jumped off sides, so that was a free play.
Larry Nimmers.
Defense, offside, the nose guard. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Third quarter statistics, still the Eagles with a big edge, except in rushing yardage, most of that by Terry Allen. But look at the totals. 380 for Philadelphia, 139 for the Redskins. 3 turnovers, however, for the Eagles, none for Washington.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. You say, well, how is the score so close with that domination? It's turnovers and special teams.
Allen, the ball carrier, gets down to about the 44-yard line of Philadelphia. The Eagles leading by 3.
You know, and that completion of Frott was really the first completion he had since 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. So you know, that had been a dry spell there. I mean, one they didn't have the ball a lot, and then they got in a lot of 3rd and long situations and shotgun and had trouble with pass protection. They got to block this guy, Mamula.
Here's Farad. Going down as he let the ball go. Larry Bowie was the intended receiver. But the Eagles again put the heat on Gus Farad.
And Frott's starting to feel some heat that's not there, too. And I think that's just that, you know, a young quarterback getting frustrated. And, you know, instead of standing in there and looking and seeing, he's starting to feel some imaginary things and kind of reacting to those things. I mean, see, there's no one there, you see, and he's kind of slipping and falling, and maybe he just tripped or whatever, but that looked like a reaction to unexisting pressure.
Matt Turk. This one is higher than the stadium. He wasn't trying to punt it for average. Bounces out of bounds at about the 22-yard line where Philadelphia takes over. They lead by 3.
Just what you need from the coupe that takes your breath away. More oxygen. Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Eclipse convertible. It has quite an effect on drivers, too. The new Eclipse convertible from Mitsubishi.
Last night, little Billy Green had to wait for his supper. His folks stopped by KFC where they can mix roasted chicken with fried chicken, where they can start their meal with spicy hot wings or sweet and savory honey barbecue wings. With everybody's KFC favorites in the house, little Billy had to start his meal a little later.
Everybody needs a little KFC.
And now start your meal with 6 wings pieces for $1.99, 20 for $5.99.
NFL Sunday is brought to you by the all-new Eclipse Spider Convertible. It's fun you can depend on from Mitsubishi. By Wrangler, real, comfortable, Jeans. By New Miller Beer, the brand new beer from Miller with big flavor that goes down easy. And by KFC, for everything a meal should be, everybody needs a little KFC.
The Eagles 17, the Redskins 14. 1st and 10. Philadelphia has the ball. Irving Fryer goes in motion, and Rodney Peete back to throw. A lot of time for Rodney this time. Just going to hustle it out of bounds. Picked up about 5, chased by Dexter Nottage. There's some question about whether Dexter would be able to come back or not after that knee problem, but he seems to be okay.
Well, again, this was good coverage. If you look downfield, you see that they have things covered, and they were probably trying to work on Carter again there, and he had that slant covered. Then you look, well, what did he have on the other side? Everything was covered over there. So that was a coverage scramble. In other words, when you have everyone covered, then the quarterback better get the heck out of there because that clock goes off in his head.
2nd and 8. Ricky Waters. Waters stood up at about the 35, gets an Eagle first down.
You know, one thing, the Redskins have been getting those turnovers. Darrell Green had the interception, and then Darrell Green caused that fumble, but the Redskins haven't taken advantage of it. And a lot of that is the Eagle defense too. I mean, the Eagle defense got those turnovers, then boom, they came in and they just shut out the Redskin offense.
17-14. First down, Eagles. Peete back to throw. Just does get rid of it. He was almost sacked. It was intended for Irving Fryer.
You're going to see right here, and I was saying what a good job that Troy Drake was doing, and he had a little problem on that one. That was Tony Woods. Tony Woods just gets right by him and puts Rodney Peete down.
2nd and 10.
But I think right now that Rodney Peete is feeling comfortable with that left knee and that left knee brace.
The way he's run and the way he's hung in the pocket, it certainly looks like it. There he is back in the pocket again. Protection is good. The pass is incomplete. Intended for Chris T. Jones. Redskin defenders in perfect shape that time.
I'll say this, that the Redskin defenders are starting to tighten up now.
Yep.
That they were playing a little loose. They were playing a little soft. They were letting those Eagle receivers run in that middle. Remember in the first half and the third quarter, all those passes being completed in the middle. Well, they've tightened down that middle now, this Redskin defense.
Chris T. Jones, for whom that last pass was intended, started back to the huddle and then buckled over. Mark Say's taking his place.
Well, there were some crowds back there, and Ray Rhodes was talking about Chris T. Jones, and I think he's one of the reasons that he really got rid of Calvin Williams and Fred Barnett, because he figured that someplace he has to get this guy, Chris T. Jones, in on the field. And see what happened. It wasn't when he dropped the ball. It was 99. Rod Stevens tackled him after the ball was by him. I think that's when he twisted his leg.
And Chris T. Jones goes out. Mark Say is taking his place. That might be a little dose of tired to go along with injury.
I think from now until the end of this game, we're going to see huge doses of tired.
3rd and 10. Rodney Peete. Pass intended for Irving Fryer, knocked down by guess who? Darrell Green.
Every time he goes out there, you just can't mess with Darrell Green. And you're going to see him here. See how he plays? See, he gets his hands on there, and then he runs with it. He has help deep, so then he can jump underneath it, and that's exactly what he did. If you have help behind you, you can run underneath a pattern. If you don't have any help behind you, then if you run underneath a pattern, you're going to be beaten deep.
Tommy Hutton back to punt. Brian Mitchell back deep for the Redskins. Hutton's kick is short and away from Brian Mitchell, and that's a wise decision because he has really hurt the Eagles on kickoff returns. In fact, set up both the Redskin touchdowns. 17-14, the score remains.
The
cowboy's business is a business of silence. 100 miles of fence gives a person time to think, to wonder about who he is, what the world is coming to. Talk to a cowboy long enough and you'll get an opinion on everything. That's because he's had time to think about everything. Yeah, at Wrangler, we know cowboys. Our genes were invented by them. That's why the West is in us. Wrangler, the Western original.
This is how the day ends. Simmering on the horizon. And as the dark pulls its covers down tight, we curl up in our beds and whisper, good night. Serta, we make the world's best mattress.
Every day, lots of people choose FedEx to take their 2-day packages. Cost about $12.
Every day, lots of people choose UPS to take their 2-day packages. Cost about $6.
Every day, lots more people choose the U.S. Postal Service to take their priority mail 2 to 3 day packages. Cost $3.
So, 12, 6, 3, what's your priority? Priority mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
Tonight, it's the Fox original movie that will blow you away. Tornado, the terror takes shape tonight on Fox.
17-14. The Eagles leading Washington. Let's go back to 1983.
Yeah, remember, this is Darrell Green's first year 14 years ago. We're talking about memorable plays that he had. He was a rookie here. Tony Dorsett on an opening Monday night game breaks away. Darrell Green chases him and catches him all the way across the field.
And he's still catching people.
And I still remember that play. I said, there's a guy who could run.
There's Terry Allen, the ball carrier.
We were talking about other memorable plays, and the one that we were at the game was this game here in Chicago. And I could always tell when Joe Gibbs ever had a big game. Whenever there was a big game in his mind, he put Darrell Green as a punt returner. Watch him jump over that guy there.
Do you ever forget that? Hurt his rib cage when he jumped.
Yep. Held his rib cage, took it all the way into the end zone, and the Redskins went to the Super Bowl that year.
Second down for Rock to throw. Pass complete. That Shepard. Bill Brooks. Spent so many good years in Buffalo, Indianapolis. Christy Jones has a bruised calf, and it's questionable whether or not he'll be back. First down, Redskins.
I think part of that was when Christy Jones got twisted on that tackle, and part of it, like you said, is fatigue. You know, that one thing when you have to play, and we talked about this earlier, when you don't play a lot in the preseason and you got to play 4 quarters at a very high intensity level.
Terry Allen to about the 35. Mark Woodard made the stop. 11:02 left to play. 17-14. The Eagles got all their points in the first half.
In fact, Terry Allen was talking about that yesterday, Pat, that he says, you know, in preseason you don't play, and you know that there's some point in the 3rd and 4th quarter that you're going to hit a wall, and you just have to play right through that wall because you're not used to playing 4 quarters. You're not used to carrying the ball 25 or 30 times a game, and the only way you get used to it is by doing it. And the first time you do it, you have to get through a wall.
2nd and 8. Here's Farrar. Pass is complete to Scott Galbraith. Short of a first down as he's knocked backwards, but he never had it.
They're starting to help a little more on their pass protection because they've been having a tough time with Mike Mamula. You know, we talked about that earlier, and with William Fuller. So now they're keeping someone in the side he's going to throw to, and they're doubling. That time they helped with Ed Simmons against Fuller, and then gave Gus Farrar a throwing lane.
3rd and 1. You'd have to guess Terry Allen. Allen gets the carry, and he comes very near to that first down marker.
And that was what Terry Allen was saying, why he wants to see the whole field. because you never want to miss a cutback lane. Now, I don't know that there was a yard in that cutback lane that he hit to his right. It's going to be interesting how this ball is spotted. I'll tell you, the Eagles ganged up on that run. I mean, that's probably as tough a running situation other than goal line that you're ever going to have, because they had 9 guys right up there at or around the line of scrimmage.
They'll bring out the sticks and measure. Now, that cutback run that you were just talking about, it used to be the offside defensive linemen were supposed to pursue that much short.
Oh, this is an interesting decision here for Norv Turner. And he's gonna punt. You know, I mean, and that, you know, with a 3-point lead, I know, you know, you boo and so on. Norv went for it earlier when I thought he should have kicked a field goal. I agree with this. You have to punt. You don't want to punt. And I used to tell my players, don't any of you complain, because if you would have gotten it on that 3rd down, we wouldn't be in this inches situation.
Right.
Everyone says inches. The official goes, you know, 4th down, inches. They put down inches on television screen.
With it, the way this guy has been punting, this is a pretty good weapon to have right here, Matt Turk.
Last time he hit one higher than the stadium.
And there's another one. Holy cow. Into the end zone and out. They'll bring it back to the 20. He kicked that ball 70 yards on the fly or more.
Over the roof.
17-14, Eagles by 3.
This is it, where brand new Miller beer begins. Where the hops grow that give new Miller beer its flavor. Because new Miller beer is brewed a totally new way. Straight from the heart of the hops, for flavor unlike any other beer. Big flavor that goes down easy. We think so much of this new beer, we're just calling it who we are. Miller. Brand new Miller beer. Reach for what's out there.
The Walt Disney World 25th anniversary celebration is kicking off at McDonald's. So now, besides the grown-up taste of the Arch Deluxe sandwich, there's a new reason to come.
Wow, cool.
Whenever you buy any large sandwich like the new Arch Deluxe, you can get one of 4 Walt Disney World 25th anniversary collector glasses for just 99 cents each. So come on into McDonald's, because who knows where this magical celebration just might take you.
Just what you need from the coupe that takes your breath away. More oxygen. Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Eclipse convertible. It has quite an effect on drivers, too. The new Eclipse convertible. From Mitsubishi.
Watch this punt by Matt Turk.
I mean, that's a powerful leg. I mean, you know, and you're the other end of that. You have to catch that thing. But what that does is when you punt the ball that high, that allows your coverage to get down there. But his punts today remind me of Ray Guy.
That punt had to get clearance for National Airport, which is close by. Here's Ricky Waters. Around the corner, flag on the play.
You know, a year ago, Ricky Waters was talking to Walter Payton, and Walter Payton reminded him, you know, to always use all the moves you have. I mean, use your straight arm, use your spins, use everything that a running back should. Just don't become one-dimensional. And he says he always tries to think of that and what Walter Payton told him.
Offense.
That's a good person to listen to.
10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
This game is presented by authority of the National Football League. Is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Washington Redskins and the National Football League is prohibited.
I think we're going to see a lot more of that picture there, where guys are going to start cramping up between now and the end of the game.
Rodney Peete back to Ricky Waters. Waters drags a tackler across the 15 up to about the 17. Sean Gilbert made the stop.
You know, these dogs right here, these golden retrievers. Is that a golden retriever? Those dogs that look like that have more fun than any dogs because they're always chasing things and running and going after stuff and retrieving.
He looks like he's resting.
Well, no, he's not having fun now. He probably already had his fun.
Oh.
When I see those dogs always have more fun. There's dogs that look like that than any other dogs have fun.
Here's Rodney Peete. The pressure gets Peete from behind. Gilbert. And Tony Woods put the heat on.
We were talking about how you haven't heard a lot from Sean Gilbert, that they had him under control, but now he gets a big push. He gets a spin right there, and he comes in and makes the play right there. Woods coming from the outside, but Sean Gilbert giving that initial pressure right up the middle.
That brings up 3rd and long.
I tell you, this was all caused by that penalty, because now the Redskins need a defensive play here.
3 wide receivers for the Eagles. Ricky Waters behind Rodney Peete. Waters stays in the block. Peete with a lot of time. Throws it away. And they got the defensive play they needed, and the Redskins should take over in pretty good shape.
And this is where Norv Turner's very aggressive play calling comes in. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for a punt block here. And I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't go for a big pass on 1st down. He probably wishes he had a little more confidence right now in this game in Gus Frerotte.
Well, he has a dangerous punt returner back in Brian Mitchell. Tommy Hutton back to punt for the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's where punting on 4th down made sense, because now you get the ball back with a new set of downs right here.
Good kick by Hutton, but Mitchell will have some room to operate. To midfield. Almost broke it, and he knows it. Unatoa made the stop. He's also the person who snapped the ball. 17-14 score.
Inside your car's fuel system, there's a constant battle between good and evil. So if you have a dirty fuel system, none of these dark forces can match the power of STP Complete Fuel System Cleaner. STP's most technologically advanced fuel system cleaner ever. Dirt has met its match. STP Complete Fuel System Cleaner.
I tried going cold turkey, quitting smoking, and it didn't work because I did not have the control that I thought I had. The bottom line is I went back to smoking again. But this is working. The Nicotrol patch is really working.
New Nicotrol, a whole new and simple way to help you quit. Only Nicotrol has a 6-week program, not 10 weeks like the other patch or 12 weeks like the gum.
You know, I don't sit around thinking about, can I make it, can I do it? I know I can, and I know I can make it.
6 weeks, 1 step. Take control with Nicotrol.
It's the story of Kyle Brady, and he found the perfect way to make a call. He told Eric Metcalf, who phoned Wisconsin, who dialed Jerry Ball and spread the word to Curtis Martin. Bryce Pop shared the news with Brent Jones. Last but not least was their friend Chris Carter. 1-800-COLLECT was used on all the phones, and they saved a bunch. They saved a bunch. With 1-800-COLLECT, they saved a bunch.
Up to 44%.
Next week, it's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader when the Chicago Bears battle these Washington Redskins, and the New York Giants take on the Dallas Cowboys, plus other regional action. It all begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Check your local listings for the game and time in your area.
Now, there's an interesting thing here now, Pat, that this is really a big time in this game, and Mike Mamula, for whatever reason, who's had a big defensive game, isn't in there now for the Eagles.
1st and 10. Frerotte back to throw. Has time. Throws high. Intended for Shepard. Right now for a McDonald's game break. Let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center.
Pat, you know all too well that Wayne Fontes does not run Barry Sanders in goal line situations. It costs him here. Eric Lynch fumbles the 1st and goal at the 2. Detroit still nursing a 3-point lead in the 4th. Back to Washington. Pat Summerall and John Madden.
2nd and 10.
And I don't know why Barry Sanders is taken out on goal line and short yardage. I never did know why.
Hard to figure out. Farad faked. He's chased. Throws. Henry Ellard leaning on the sideline makes the catch.
That was a bootleg out of shotgun and throwing the old 14-year veteran Henry Ellard. Watch him. Here's the shotgun. Now he's going to get the ball and he's going to fake here and then he's going to bootleg out to the right. You see a lot of bootlegs, but not a lot of bootlegs off a shotgun. But watch Henry Ellard here. He's on the sideline and he has to keep both those feet in bounds and he does it.
Is that some catch?
That is something. That looks like something you do in ballet or something. I mean, to know that they're there, and they couldn't have gone out of bounds before, because if he went out of bounds before, he can't come back in.
Terry Allen gets the carry down to about the Eagle 31-yard line. Here comes Mike Mamula. They've been rotating him to keep him fresh, or tried to. It's a very warm day in Washington.
And I think that's what they're doing, is just rotating them. But, when you get down and the score is 17-14 and 6 minutes to go, you better get the guys in there that have been winning the game for you and been giving them problems and not have them resting. They can rest after the game.
Farad back to throw. Pass was in the bucket and dropped by Henry Ellard. That was a much easier catch than the one on the sideline.
Well, Farad got something going now, and sometimes when a guy is struggling, and Gus Frerott's been struggling today, you just have to start moving him, and that's what Norv Turner is doing now. He had him bootleg out of the shotgun, and he had him roll to his right and throw, and sometimes just running a little before you throw kind of starts to free things up a little.
3rd and long. 9 they need for a first down. Mitchell and Allen in the backfield. Mitchell gets the carry. Brian Mitchell laterals out to Terry Allen. He goes out of bounds. There's a flag on the play. That might have been an illegal forward pass.
I don't know that wasn't an option play.
I think it was.
Because, Brian Mitchell is a quarterback, and over the years he's been a backup quarterback, a third quarterback for the Redskins, and I bet that could have been the old college option, where they hand the ball to Mitchell and he's going to option with Terry Allen. But if you option, you throw it forward, that's illegal.
That's illegal, right. There's the flag. And here comes Larry Nimmers.
Forward pass.
Yep.
Number 30 of the offensive team. That's a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
And that's lost it down. See, now there he is right there. And he was trying to run the option. See, Terry Allen is right here behind him. But by the time he gets the ball out of there, it goes forward.
And that 5-yard penalty just about took him out of whatever field goal range they had in mind.
I think it did take him out of field goal range, because from there it would be a 53-yard field goal.
And this is a rookie kicker, Scott Blanton.
Norv Turner was saying yesterday, he said, I'd like to put a blood pressure thing on me and on the kicker if we ever get to a situation where he has to kick for a win. Although, as you say, that penalty put a heck of a lot more pressure on Scott Blanton, or maybe it took some off him.
Maybe so. Whatever, it's going to be no good. Bounces into the end zone. That was a 53-yard attempt. And remember, the ball comes back to the original line of scrimmage now, not to the 20.
Yeah, that was a costly series there. Yep. And I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to get in shotgun, and they were trying to run an option. Then Brian Mitchell fouled that play up. And then they lose that 5-yard penalty, and then they didn't have a chance at that one.
The Eagles' second half possessions have not been pleasant. A punt, an interception, a fumble, and 2 more punts.
Sometimes that happens when you have a lot of success in the first half. The guys go and everyone's feeling good. Ray Rhodes, I'm sure, is trying to fire his guys up at halftime. They say, "Oh, we got the game now, coach," and things flop around on you.
That's Ricky Waters, nowhere to go. Finally finds a little gap and dives up past the 45, about the 47. Patton made the stop. Today's game is being produced by Bob Stenner, directed by Sandy Grossman. The associate director is Rich Russo. Broadcast associates Mike Roig and Fran Morrison. The studio is produced by Scott Ackerson and directed by Bob Levy. The executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill. Your announcers, John Madden, Pat Summerall.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah. Rodney Peete. Incomplete. Intended for Waters. Peete was hit hard, knocked down.
Hey, that's Sean Gilbert. You know, we talked to Sean Gilbert. Hadn't been given a lot of pressure early, but you're going to see him right there in the middle, number 94. He gets a man block there, takes the outside shoulder, and just runs right through Rodney Peete.
Well, Sean Gilbert's lost about, what, 20 pounds? And that'll, on a day like this, that loss of weight will help.
And he probably lost another 20 today.
Back goes Peete, and here comes the pressure, and down goes Peete. Well, as the Eagles were winning that battle at the line of scrimmage earlier in this game, now the Redskins are winning that battle.
Well, it's just, this looks like a jailbreak. I mean, they all get in here on this one. And again, he didn't have his first sack until the last time, and now he's had like 3 in a row. But that time, Rodney Peete felt the pressure and went down before the pressure even got there.
Hutton back deep to punt it again, and Brian Mitchell deep for the Redskins. The Redskins look as if they're going to try to block this one. And here they come. Hutton gets it off. Good kick. Mitchell signals fair catch and made it, and the Redskins have it at their own 24. Trailing by 3. 4 minutes, 43 seconds left to play. The Eagles up by a field goal.
You know, these guys are doing so much now up in front. Sometimes the linemen will rush, and sometimes they'll start to rush and they'll drop back. Watch Sean Gilbert here. He looks like he is going to fake dropping back or fake going this way, and then he just makes a delay rush. For years, linebackers did those kind of things. Now they're starting to do them with defensive linemen. You know, where they fake a stunt or they fake a drop, and then boom, they just come on their pass rush.
First down, Washington. They go with 2 tight ends. The pitch is back to Terry Allen, and Allen cut it back to about the 26. Stopped by Willis.
Now they come in and got Mamula on that one. They said that they had a tough time pass protecting him, but they're going to run around him. They came in and cracked him from the outside and started to get around that corner, but they only made a couple yards on it. This is what it's like playing end here. Watch this. He's looking to the inside. Unless he can see out his ear hole, he didn't see that block coming.
If you look out the ear hole and can see, you're in trouble.
You are in trouble.
It's played before. Pass is complete to Leslie Shepard. And that'll more than move the sticks. He's up to about the 45. The Redskins still in their own territory, but that was a clutch first down.
If Michael Zordich doesn't make this tackle right there, Leslie Shepard can break it. He can go all the way, because watch this. He's the one speed guy here, and if Zordich doesn't get that tackle, Shepard had a free run to the end zone.
And he just barely did.
That was a great open field tackle. Maybe Shepard went down too easily.
Out of the shotgun, and the fake handoff. Farad rolls to his right, fires. Henry Allard jumps incomplete.
That was that same play that they tried before. Remember the shotgun, bootleg, and then a comeback to Henry Allard. That time Farad just threw it a little high. This is just like the other 15 out of the last 18, isn't it?
Decided by 7 or less. Now it's 3. The Eagles up by 3. 3:22 left to play. Both teams with all their timeouts left.
You know, Gus Farad never really got comfortable in this game.
No.
I mean, he never got in during any period did he ever get in any kind of groove.
He is back to throw. In the pocket. Lofts it out to Billy Brooks, and he made the catch.
They throw to the left. They're going to throw to Brooks out here. He's going to run it out. You see, he comes up, then he's just going to go to the outside. What they did on that, because they're throwing to this side, which is the left side, they doubled Mike Mamula again. You see, and then that gives Farad a lane out there. So they're kind of doubling the pass rusher to the side that he's going to throw to.
Good catch by Brooks. First down, Washington at the Eagle 46. Farrat back to throw it again. Lofts it for Ellard. Incomplete. Okay, he started to drill it and then try to take something off that throw.
Well, what he was going to do was roll away, roll right, and throw back. This is what they're doing to Mike Mamula. I mean, they're doing everything to him. They're cutting him and doubling him and everything to keep him away. Now, that time, he rolled to his right, then he was going to stop and throw back all the way across to Henry Ellard, crossing the field to his left.
That'll make it 2nd and 10. 3:11 left to play. The Eagles lead by 3. Redskin ball, 2nd and 10. Timeout. Gus Farrat didn't like what he saw, and he wants to go talk to Norv Turner.
Sears has the tires your truck needs, like the Bridgestone Dueler APT Light Truck Tire, made for performance on and off the road. It's now at our lowest price ever. So take a look at our garage. Sears Auto Center.
Steve Young here. You know, Crispy Wheaties and Raisins has plump raisins, sweet flakes, and an incredible crunch.
I love the crunch.
Linebackers.
Come crunch time, there's only one. Crispy Wheaties and Raisins.
There's the Fox baseball schedule for next Saturday. Seattle at Cleveland, Colorado at Houston, Chicago, Philadelphia, and then at 4 o'clock San Diego at St. Louis.
A lot of playoff implication.
A lot to be decided. 2nd and 10.
Playoff implications in those games.
Yeah. 2nd and 10. The snap goes past Farrat. It was low, but the whistle had blown and a flag goes down.
This is something new again for the Washington Redskins, a shotgun.
52 offense prior to the snap.
That's the center.
5-yard penalty.
Well,
Repeat 2nd down.
The center has a different or tough job in shotgun because here's the ball. You see now, instead of just snapping it to the quarterback, he has to snap it deep. So he started to move. You see his head goes back, and he forgot to bring the ball with him.
Yeah.
Usually you snap the ball and then you bring your body. Raymer brought his body, then snapped the ball. He couldn't get it.
He didn't get it in the right order, whatever it was.
Oh, well, you started, you go, whoa, 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 and then you had to bring the ball.
2nd and 15. Farrat. Pass complete to Jamie Asher, who's hit immediately.
You see William Thomas, number 51, then? He just unloaded with everything he had on Jamie Asher.
Big 3rd down and long yardage coming up.
Watch William Thomas here. When Asher catches that ball, he's just unloading everything that he had. Asher held on, though. He knew. Yeah. I mean, he could. You can see some things coming, and the things that you can't see coming, you can feel coming.
3rd and 10. Mitchell behind Farrat. Shepard in motion. Gets it outside to Brian Mitchell, who's tackled immediately, and the Redskins will have to punt. Michael Zordich up.
Another great tackle by Michael Zordich. 2 plays Zordich made in this series here. The first one, remember Leslie Shepard? If he doesn't tackle Shepard, that could have been a touchdown. And here he tackles Brian Mitchell for nothing.
The Redskins will have to punt, or will they?
Well, it looks like they're going for it on 4th down. I don't think that they have to punt. I mean, they still have the 2-minute warning, and they have 2 timeouts.
There's the 2-minute warning. Farrat had stayed in the game. Now Norv calls him over.
Teammates sponsored by the U.S. Army. Be part of our team in the Army.
Don't believe in each other, okay? No matter what. Let's play football. 1, 2, 3, defense.
With their victory over the Steelers in Super Bowl 30, the Cowboys were crowned champions of the NFL. In pro football's ultimate game, the Cowboys proved to be the ultimate squad.
Wow, what a ride it's been. And Dallas, your Cowboys are the champions.
This is for Mr. Blanchard, who told me to make something of myself. For Miss Miller, who never let me settle for a seat. For my parents, who believe in my dreams. For myself, for my future,
Be all that you can be.
Herman Mortgage, right? Don Cornelius, I've come to ask you a favor. Don Cornelius, can you teach me to dance?
What, like the funky chicken or the mashed potatoes?
Oh, man, like the hands on it. Free your mind, Herman.
And your feet will follow.
Take the oath.
This is my planet.
Herman, you sure you from Motown?
See gold medalist J.C. Phelps, Amanda Borden, Amy Chow, Dominique Morciano, and many more in the ultimate gymnastics competition, USA versus the World, Tuesday.
A reminder coming up, the NASDAQ stock market post-game report, scores and highlights from around the league. There have been a lot of surprises already.
And this is a surprise to me that I think the Redskins should punt in this situation because with 2 minutes and 2 timeouts, they have time to go.
Here comes the blitz. Farad just throws and throws it away. And a flag on the play. A penalty marker down.
That's the best thing that the Redskins could have hoped for is a penalty against the Eagles, but I think it's going to be against Farad for throwing the ball away.
I think you're right, yes.
Yeah. Because you can't throw the ball away to avoid a sack. And you're going to see here, the blitz is coming, the guy's free, and Farad is going to get sacked, and he just throws that ball away to avoid that sack.
10-yard penalty.
So 10-yard penalty against the Redskins. First down, Philadelphia.
Yeah, see, I was surprised that they went for it on fourth down because they've been punting so well. And they had, you know, they only needed 3 points to tie this. It wasn't like they needed 2 scores or something. And that kind of surprised me there because they haven't been effective all day on long yardage. And they were in a 4th and 10. And without second guessing, that was kind of a surprise to me. But again, I was surprised early when he went for it on fourth down instead of kicking the field goal. He made that and scored a touchdown.
But that's not second guessing.
No, it's not because I said it before. It was first guessing. I said before, I think in this situation you have to punt here.
Charlie Garner deep for Philadelphia, and he gets the carry. And Garner gets down, spinning out of the pile, down to about the 30.
And there's a guy who made 2 big plays in that series.
Zordich.
Michael Zordich. Yep. That one tackle against Shepard and the other tackle against Brian Mitchell.
1:47 left to play. Eagles by 3.
From stock car racing to races on ice, Mobil 1 has never let a driver down. From 35 degrees below to 135 above, Mobil 1 has never failed. No wonder every Corvette, Viper, and Porsche comes filled with Mobil 1. Of all the oils in the world, there isn't one that outperforms Mobil 1. At Mobil, we've been changing oil for over 125 years.
The Eagles have the ball. If they can get a couple of first downs, they could run out the clock. Redskins only have 1 timeout left, 2nd and 3. Garner, the ball carriers, pops into the secondary, gets inside the 25. First down, Philadelphia. Rod Stevens made the stop.
Yeah, now the Redskins have to take their last timeout, and the Eagles have a first down. And you know, once you went for it on fourth down, and then you get the penalty, you put them in this position, the game is over. And what kind of surprised me about that is their punter has been doing such a good job today.
Wonderful job.
And their defense is kind of taken over, giving Rodney Peete some problems now, and you could have held him down there, and with 2 timeouts, 2 minutes to go, you'd get the ball back. But now, when you go 4th and 10 and don't make it, and they get a first down, you aren't going to get the ball back. This game is over.
1:37 left. No timeouts remaining for the Redskins, as you say. There's no way they can stop the clock now.
Well, you know, you always say it's over, and then you know once you say it's over, you made a mistake because everyone will remember that game when the Giants were playing the Eagles, and Larry Zonka fumbles, and Herman Edwards picks it up, and it's not over until
Joe Pisarcik.
Herman Edwards doesn't do
Joe
it.
Pisarcik and Zonka missed the exchange. Now Rodney Peete just kneels down. And there's no way for the Redskins to stop it.
Norv Turner gambled it all on that fourth down play. Not that he would have won anyway, but I think he would have had some more plays to play.
And remember, they tried a field goal earlier, but they had a penalty because of an illegal forward pass from Mitchell out to Allen on an option play. And they got a 5-yard penalty that really took them out of field goal range for the rookie kicker. That was one chance.
And then Ricky Waters gave him a chance because the game wouldn't have been that close. Remember, he fumbled going in down there in the 5-yard line.
Second down, and Rodney Peete just kneels again.
You see what they do now when they get in that kneel down formation? You always have a safety in there behind there. So you don't put all your guys in there. So you keep your fastest guy back here. That's Irving Fryer. Now when they get up there and they're going to go to the kneel down play, watch, Irving Fryer will stay back there. So in case anything bad happens up here, he's back there to run and make a tackle.
And another kneel. And that should do it. 17-7, the Eagles led at the half, but the margin was much wider than that in yardage and statistics. Ray Rhodes again defeats the Redskins 17-14. Rodney Peete had a big first half, and then the Redskins started to dominate the line of scrimmage. Philadelphia 17, Washington 14. Stick with us, however, for scores and highlights from around the league as we send you back to our studios. 17-14 Philadelphia.